Hello and welcome to just a beautiful day here in West Seattle as the Fish Sticks, fresh off a huge comeback victory yesterday, will meet up with another top team in the PIL in the Seattle Blackfins here at Mel Olson Stadium for a Friday night tilt. I'm Kyle Sweeney, joined alongside by Angus Trangmo. And Angus, what a game we saw last night. It was a crazy environment between the Sticks and the Studs, where the Sticks found themselves down 7-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning to the 22-5 Studs before making quite a miraculous comeback.
It's probably undeniably the game of the summer so far. I doubt it will be topped. And this was Beckett Turnbow to really make this game a little interesting. That made it 7-6 in the bottom of the 7th inning. And then there's Peyton Barsotti, eerily similar to Turnbow an inning before. But he runs out a base hit, and then Rodrigo Montano, one of the biggest hits we'll see all year, a 2-run single that gave the Fish Sticks their first lead of the game in the bottom of the 8th inning, and then Ryder Peterson shut things down in the 9th. It was just absolute chaos at the Friar in the back 3 innings of that game, and just a huge win for the Fish Sticks to stay alive in the PIL race. That
9-8 victory put them to 15-8 on the season, but now another tough test in the PIL as the Blackfins have had the Sticks number this year. They've won all 3 matchups so far this season, including a 3-2 victory in their last meeting here at the Friar back on June 11th.
Yeah, it was a low-scoring game. Here's a look at River Smith from Livingston, Montana, making it 2-0 off Zach Hampson. And this Blackfins team, I mean, it seems like every game the Fish Sticks have had a chance to win it, but they've just had their number late in the game. There's Camden Raymond making it 3-1. Raymond's a name to watch in this lineup, but 12-5, 8-3 in the PIL, and once again 3-0 against the Fish Sticks this summer. This has been a really good team in the league, and they're alive and well in this PIL race as well.
So the Friar was buzzing yesterday for that 9-8 victory, but what will the Sticks have in store for us tonight, looking to avoid a 4-game sweep against the Blackfins this season? We'll find out next with the first pitch coming up just around the corner.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Back and just a couple moments away from first pitch here at the Friar. Again, a beautiful Friday night, and another first fish is upon us, but a little bit of foreshadowing here. It wasn't the greatest toss of all time.
So Kathy, throughout the first fish today, she's had the flex pack here at the Friar for 2 seasons, so she gets her big chance today, and didn't go well. That skipped about 15 feet in front of home plate. Noah Kung had absolutely no chance at it.
It splooshed a little bit before home plate as well.
Yeah, the ice just kind of broke right off, and it's still out there right in front of home plate, actually. So
it is. I wonder if there's an aroma.
A remnant of first fish. I hope not. Ooh, that would be a tough day for Evan Hellner behind the plate.
And who Hellner will be catching today for is Atticus Stanfield, who has pitched well, but very limited appearances so far for the Sticks. So we take a look. There's the ice. Still there.
So Stanfield heading to Menlo College this next season. He's thrown 5 scoreless innings with the Fish Sticks, including a start in his first outing with the Sticks that was 4 scoreless, and that was against the Washington A's. So this has been a really nice guy to pick up for the Fish Sticks arms, and they are just running on low as of late. They're in the middle of a huge stretch of games, 15 in 16 days to be exact. So Stanfield's been great.
And he will be facing off against Cody Snow, who went 7 scoreless innings the first time these two teams met up way back in early June. That was a 10-3 victory for the Blackfins. And we'll get around to talk more about Snow after the national anthem. But these are two really good arms coming out here tonight. Again, kind of like what we saw last night in that huge, thrilling victory for the Fish Sticks.
Yeah, and while Santiago Guedes Rodriguez didn't really have his best stuff for the Sticks last night, Vaden Lawrence was as advertised. 5 scoreless innings, and if you're the Fish Sticks, obviously you escaped with a win last night, even though Lawrence just absolutely shoved. You cannot let Cody Snow do the same thing tonight, because you just can't count on a 7-run comeback. That's not something that is very obtainable. And the Blackfins, definitely not the same level lineup, I think, as the Studs. Still a very, very good lineup, and there's a reason they're second in the PIL right now. But you just can't get away with going 5 scoreless innings against the starter today.
So the Blackfins are 12-5 on the season. The Sticks are 15-8, and the Blackfins have beat the Fish Sticks all 3 times these two teams have met. It was a 10-3 victory, like I just mentioned, back on June 7th. And then a couple days later, it was a 7-6 extra innings victory for the Seattle Blackfins. It was Mario Martinez with an RBI ground out with the bases loaded to seal the deal there. And then just 2 days later, the first game at the Friar, it was a 3-2 victory for the Blackfins. So 3-0 on the season, and after a huge PIL win last night over the Studs, the Sticks are looking to do it again here tonight.
Yeah, and as we head into July here, it's already July 10th. It seems like it's still early June here, or in the broadcast booth at least, but as we head into July, I mean, we're starting to get into the nitty-gritty of this PIL race, and obviously beating the Studs is going to be huge in any capacity, but you got to catch up to this Blackfins team as well, and they've been playing some really good baseball all year, kind of out of nowhere almost, but they've just been really good, and this is a team you've got to take seriously.
So the Sticks lineup was introduced with honorary Fish Sticks today, and now the national anthem will be sung by Stephen Teal.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So the national anthem has been sung, and we are now just a couple of minutes away from first pitch. And the lineup for the Blackfins is looking like this. Patrick Klinkenberg leading things off, and then J.J. Abner, the Seattle U guy, in the 2-hole. Michael Singleton, Hayden Pietras, and Mario Martinez. Again, he was the hero in Game 2. Will be 3, 4, 5. And then Big Camden Raymond, he's hitting .328 this year. We've seen him have a couple big games so far this season against the Fish Sticks. He's hitting 6. And then Micah Bartle, Andrew Van Egdom, and Elijah Bovey will finish things off in the bottom of the lineup. And right now, I mean, looking back, the game's in early June. That seems like so long ago. This is such a new and improved Fish Sticks roster. What are you looking for out of them to finally get a win against the Blackfins?
Well, first of all, let me preface this by saying that the Seattle Blackfins played so well in those first 3 games, and it was almost to a point that either they have to prove it tonight or it was just incredible the plays that they were pulling off. I mean, it doesn't seem very attainable over 3-4 game stretch. So we'll see if they come out with that same energy after taking so many days off against this team. But if you're the Fish Sticks, I mean, I just don't think they scored enough runs against this team. They had 3 in the first meeting and then 6 in the second meeting. 3 of those came off one swing, an Evan Hellner home run, and 2 in the third meeting. That's not enough, especially in the PIL where runs are going to come pretty easily. So I think the bat's got to get going, and it's not a welcome sight that Cody Snow is pitching for the squad.
So the play ball kids are ready to get things underway. And there's Josiah, who's usually our in-game host. And we're off. So the Sticks have won 6 of their last 7 games. Their only loss in that record is against the Marion Berries the first time they played them down in Salem, Oregon. So they've won their last 6 games here in the state of Washington, if you want to put it that way. But Atticus Stanfield putting his 5 scoreless innings so far this summer on the line. Here tonight, he'll be facing off against Klinkenberg. And we're underway. This one's grounded to Braden Bartholomew, who will just take a couple steps to first base and a quick out number 1.
Klinkenberg has been a tough out at times for this Fish Sticks team, so that's a really good sign for Stanfield. And again, this is a new arm for the Blackfins. Stanfield was not with the Fish Sticks the first 3 times these two teams met, so brand new look for the Blackfins today. As for Cody Snow, who's already seen this Fish Sticks lineup once.
That'll bring up J.J. Abner. Again, a Seattle U Red Hawk at the top of this lineup. Stanfield goes low for ball 1. It's nice to see Abner back in the lineup. In the second game up at Edmonds College where we were at, he got hit in the head by a pitch and had to come out of that game. And it's in the turf again for ball 2.
Abner was replaced by Micah Bartle in that game, and now Bartle has become a mainstay in the lineup for the Blackfins, and that was really his first work of the year after Abner came out, so kind of a two-headed monster in the middle of the infield for this team.
There's the 2-0 in there for strike 1. Abner has been struggling a bit this summer. He's hitting just 174, but a lot of speed and a lot of talent at the plate for the Red Hawk. 2-1 up and in for ball 3. So it took just 1 pitch to retire Klinkenberg, who was hitting .357 this summer. Really scorching hot right now. But now Stanfield is behind 3 balls and 1 strike. And that'll be low for ball 4. So Abner will take his base.
Stanfield has had his struggles with walks in his first 5 innings. He's walked 4 batters. So definitely not foreign to see him give up a free pass, but you just can't let Abner get into scoring position, especially with his speed. I mean, we only saw it for about 5 innings of that game up in Edmonds, but he can fly.
That'll bring up Michael Singleton, who's hitting 3-hole tonight for the Blackfins. Stanfield delivers. That gets past Hellner. Abner's taken off. The throw from the plate is well in time. What a recovery from Evan Hellner down there to Alex Amata, and that'll be the 2nd out of the inning.
Evan Hellner, I mean, that's a heck of a play behind the plate. Ball goes down and in. Maybe a lucky break as that bounced off the home plate ump, but a perfect throw and a nice tag from Alex Amata on the other end for out number 2.
That'll let Stanfield breathe a little easier. There's now 2 gone and nobody on. He fires in a strike to Singleton.
This Fish Sticks team has not held runners on well this summer. There's no way around it, and it is so good to see them, especially in the early stages of a game as important as this one, pull off a play like that.
That's a bounce to Stanfield. He'll turn around, fire to first. And quickly the 3rd out is retired. So kind of a weird inning, but a clean one for Stanfield. Fish Sticks lineup coming up here in the bottom of the 1st.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric, Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Once upon a home, in a Seattle bungalow, the Huffs searched on Thumbtack to find their next pro. Now the job is all done and the table is set. The hot dogs taste better on their fancy new deck. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Clean sheet for the Sticks in the top of the first. That'll bring up the Fish Sticks lineup here in the bottom half of the inning. It'll be Rylan Gollard, Noah Kung, and Evan Hellner at the top. And then Noah Benedict, we didn't see him last night, will be hitting cleanup. Braden Bartholomew and Beckett Turnbow, two bats that have really been heating up lately. They'll be in the 5 and the 6 hole. And then Vaughn Lowe, Rodrigo Montano, last night's hero, will be in the 8 spot. And then Alex Hamada will finish things off at the bottom of the lineup. That will be facing Cody Snow. And man, what an outing for him in their first game between these two teams.
7 scoreless innings is nothing to scoff at against any lineup, and Cody Snow was able to do just that in the Blackfins 10-3 win. In the second game of the year for the Fish Sticks, that was their first PIL contest as well, so that is well in the rear view mirror, but you know that the guys that were on the field for that game know how good Cody Snow is.
So Rylan Gollard, who we've seen pretty much every game except the first couple of games of the season when he was hitting 3-hole, will lead things off. And yesterday, if you were with us, something we didn't note in all the chaos is that Gollard didn't record a hit for the first time all summer. His 21-game hitting streak came to an end with an 0-for-4 performance last night. Brought his average all the way down to 310 on this season. It's actually the lowest it's been since the beginning part of the season. But he has 8 more hits than anyone else on the team, is also second in RBIs.
I mean, when your lowest average has been 310, you're probably doing something right.
Yeah. I would agree. So Snow delivers inside for strike 1 to Gollard.
So something about Gollard that has really developed as the season goes on. He does not go after the first pitch ever, really, anymore. You'll see him go deeper into counts.
Here's the 0-1 from Snow. This one's bounced right to him. Gollard's going to try to beat it out, and that'll get past the first baseman, and Gollard, he might be able to take second base, and he will. So an errant throw from Snow over to Singleton at first, and the leadoff man, Rylan Gollard, is at second base.
Yeah, that's a really tough play. We saw a similar ball in the top of the first inning, but with Gollard's speed, that makes it a tough play for Snow, and Singleton kind of just blocked off on that throw by Gollard running into the base. Now a runner in scoring position for the Sticks.
I'll bring up Noah Kung, who we've seen a lot of at the top of this lineup for the Fish Sticks. He shows bunt. First one goes right behind him. A foul ball for strike 1.
First inning of this game, and Noah Kung has been hitting really well as of late. Obviously, this Fish Stick squad loves to bunt runners over, and you've got a hitter like Evan Hellner on deck, so obviously you want to have Gollard close, but Hellner's hit so many singles this year. With how fast Gollard is, it seems like anything into the outfield would likely score him from second anyway.
Snow checks back at Gollard. And Noah Kung, he's hitting .349 this summer after a cold start. He has really gotten things going. He also has a .500 on-base percentage. He works a lot of walks. He was 1 for 3 in yesterday's game against the Studs, and that one will hit him right in the shoulder. So again, kind of displaying why he has such a high on-base percentage. He takes that one, and there are 2 aboard.
This is about as different of a start that as Cody Snow can have, as opposed to his first start against the Fish Sticks. Just a very clean first inning in that first game, and this has been anything but an error credited to Snow himself, and then a hit batsman. And now Evan Hellner, who had a base hit in the first inning of yesterday's game as well, comes up.
Snow allowed just 1 hit in those 7 innings of work. He didn't walk a single batter either. And now 2 free base runners are aboard here in the bottom of the first, and that will bring up Hellner. He takes a look at strike 1 in the top of the zone.
So look at the left side of the infield right now, Kyle. You've got Patrick Klinkenberg covering Gullard over at the base, but look at how wide that gap is for Evan Hellner. All he does is hit singles through the infield, and you got to think he's probably looking oppo right now with how big that gap is.
The 0-1 from Snow completely fooled Hellner on the off speed. He's quickly behind 0-2.
That's such a good pitch. That's what makes Cody Snow so good, is pitches like that. Snow going to go play college ball in my home state over at Montana State University Billings, the Yellow Jackets.
Hellner was 2 for 4, including a 3-run home run in Game 2 between these two back in early June. Drove in 4 in that game. Be interesting to see if Hellner held back. But that'll get past the catcher, Pietres. And it looks like that is ball 1. So Gullard and Kung both take their base. We'll take another look. And it looks like he just barely held up there before the ball got past Hayden Pietres behind the plate. So now 2nd and 3rd with nobody gone here in the 1st.
He played with fire on that one, though. That's about as close as it gets. And thankfully the field ump was manning second base, wasn't right down the line right there. So not a good look for him.
1-2. This will score a run over to second base. Nice play is made by Van Egdom for out number 1. But Gullard comes across, and it's 1-0 Sticks.
Yeah, just manufacturing runs early in this one. And an error, a hit by pitch, and then a pass ball puts 2 in scoring position. And now you've got an early lead on Cody Snow, who you weren't able to get a run across on in 7 innings last time out. And you've got a runner on third right here with Noah Benedict up.
Noah Benedict in the cleanup position today. We'll take a look at ball 1. Nice play by Pietres to keep that in front of him behind the dish. Benedict's hitting .250 this season, was 0 for 4 in the Marion Berries series earlier this week, but was 2 for 3 with a double and a home run on Sunday in the series finale against the Washington A's. 1-0 in there for strike 1.
Something to note for Benedict and the rest of the lefties in this game. This is really the first time all summer that we've seen the wind blowing to right field here at the Friar. Usually it's blowing left center, maybe dead straight left field, but it's going to right today.
That'll be low for ball 2. So RBI ground out from Evan Hellner scored Rylan Gullard for the first run of the game. Gullard reached on an error, and Noah Kung over at third base reached on a hit by pitch. So still no hits for the Sticks, but they're still able to plate a run.
And I mean, still just a huge gap between the third baseman Bartle and the shortstop Klinkenberg. Any ball that is hit with how fast this turf moves into that gap is getting through. There's no chance either Bartle or Klinkenberg have a play.
This one's into left field, and that'll get down near the line for a base hit. Noah Benedict's thinking too. He'll stand up for an RBI double. Noah Kung will come across to score with ease, and it is 2-0 Sticks.
Great start for the Sticks today, and that's just a hustle double. Obviously, that ball just dies out in left field with how tall that grass is out there. And Noah Benedict, we say it every time he comes in the game, but the wheels he has are maybe the fastest on the team, which is crazy because he's a big dude. He's 6'2", 205 on our roster, and he can move. He runs like a deer, and he's able to get leg out a hustle double without a throw into second. Doesn't even need to slide.
I'll bring up Braden Bartholomew in the 5-hole. He lunges at strike 1.
I don't think I've ever seen a hitter that loves to go after the first pitch quite like Braden Bartholomew. I saw in Salem, not you, but I saw in Salem that he went after the first 3 pitches he saw in that game and went 2 for 3 on those 3 pitches. So clearly it's where he is comfortable.
So Benedict at second after that RBI double. That'll be low. Now a 1-1 count to Bartholomew, who's been hitting well recently. Was 4 for 5 in the second game against the Berries. He earned stick of the game honors for that one. And he was 1 for 4 with a crucial RBI, a part of that 6-run 7th inning in last night's huge comeback victory. That'll tail away for ball 2.
And to go back to last night's game, I mean, a win like that over the league leaders as we get into kind of the back end of the PIL season is so huge, because now you can tell this Fish Sticks team is moving with a bit more confidence. And Bartholomew, oh man.
What a play over at short. Trying to go to third was Klinkenberg. That'll bounce into the dugout. An unfortunate end to a great beginning of a play. And Benedict will stroll home, and that'll be the third run of the inning. It's 3-0 Sticks.
Not only are the Sticks getting good contact, the Blackfins can't catch a break right now. That's a heck of a play by Klinkenberg out at short. Full extension to keep that in the infield, and then the throw just bounces right off Noah Benedict and into the Blackfins dugout. And it's 3-0 Fish Sticks. They scored 6 in the bottom of the 7th last night, 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Now they've scored 3 in the bottom of the 1st. That's 12 runs in their last 3 innings. This offense is just clicking right now.
That'll bring up Beckett Turnbow. With Bartholomew, a lot of speed at second. Turnbow takes a good rip, but that'll go foul. Turnbow over at third base today. We've seen him kind of everywhere in the infield. We've also seen him at left field this year. But after starting this year 2 for 17, he's up to 290 from the dish. He's got 7 hits in his last 5 games. Also had another crucial infield single in the 7th inning last night that kept the rally going. The 0-1 just catches a piece of the corner for strike 2.
Beckett Turnbow had a game in Salem. It was the win, the 5-3 win on Wednesday, where he got rung up 3 times, and I think 2 of the strike 3 calls missed the zone. So he's just been unlucky at the plate, and that's another one that's just well placed from Snow.
Snow ahead 0-2. Bartholomew takes off. The throw from home, not in time. So Bartholomew shows off the speed and swipes third. And with 1 out, that's a big base.
Man, everything is working for this Fish Sticks team right now. We saw Hellner gun down a runner. Now you've got 3 runs on a couple throwing errors and some nice hits. Noah Benedict in particular, and this is a dream start to this game.
Turnbow will call time. Looked like he had an issue with the helmet a little bit. But Turnbow's breakout game was in the first game of the series against the A's last Thursday. He was 3 for 3 with 2 walks, so he reached base all 5 times he was up. Entering that game, he had just 2 hits all summer. Now the Tahoma High School star is showing off his skills, but Snow blows that by him for strike 3. There will be 2 down.
Boy, that ball had some juice on it. I mean, Cody Snow, this is more runs than maybe I was even expecting the Fish Sticks to get off of Cody Snow in the first 5 innings of this game. The Fish Sticks already have 3 here in the first. And you could tell that maybe there was some frustration backed into that pitch as well, but that's such a nice fastball from him.
I'll bring up Vaughn Lowe, the designated hitter. He'll take a look at strike 1. That looked low in the zone.
Yeah.
So a bit of an extended strike zone. It's not like we've seen a lot of those this season. There's been a lot of extended strike zones. That looked low to low.
Yeah, you think?
That one was definitely low. That'll get away from Pietrus, but he hustles. Got a nice bounce off the wall, too, to keep Bartholomew at third.
That's a good cover by Pietrus. If he doesn't cover it that well, Braden Bartholomew breaks for home, and this is a 4-0 ball game. And Pietrus, obviously the ball gets by him, but he stays composed, knows exactly where it bounces, and is able to cover it up. And also the short backstop obviously helping out.
So Cody Snow didn't allow an earned run through 7 innings of work the first time these 2 teams met. He's already allowed 3 in the inning. That'll be strike 2 to Lowe, who's way behind the fastball.
That high fastball, it got strike 3 on Turnbow, and now Lowe swings and misses at it. So don't be surprised if we see Cody Snow go back to that time and time again as this game goes on.
Here's the 1-2. Lowe gets a piece. That's out to left field for a base hit. That'll score another run. Vaughn Lowe comes back in the count. A nice piece of hitting. And it is 4-0 Sticks.
2-strike hitting from Vaughn Lowe right there. And that is such a welcome sign for Lowe. This entire lineup just off to a great start against Cody Snow today. And Lowe, we've seen some really hot stretches from him. And this is a talented hitter at the plate. As of late, I don't think he's had his best work, and right there hopefully gets him back on track.
That'll bring up Last night's hero, Rodrigo Montano, takes a look at ball one. Montano came up in the bottom of the 8th inning. It was an 8-7 ball game after a furious comeback from the Sticks in the 7th. Had the bases loaded. It was just his 8th registered at-bat of the summer where he ripped a line drive up the middle that scored 2 and proved to be the winning hit. This one skied over. That'll get over the ice chest and out of play.
Montano has earned his way into the starting lineup today, but hasn't always been the case for him. He's only 3 for 8 on the year. That's why it was so amazing to see him come through at the plate last night, because this is a talented hitter. I mean, he's hitting 375, albeit the smallest sample size on the team, but he's hitting 375.
This one's in the air and in play this time. Klinkenberg's going to come in. He's battling the sun, and he won't make the play. That one got away from him. I don't know if that'll go down as an error, but that's the second mistake of the inning by Klinkenberg, and Montano is aboard. That might be a hit.
So that did not hit Patrick Klinkenberg's glove when it came down, and that's a hit for Rodrigo Montano, who's now 4 for 9 on the year. Average up to 444. It is so tough to battle that sun. He had the sunnies on and everything over there, and just a misread. And that brings up Alex Hamada. Fish Sticks 1 runner away from batting around here in the first.
The sun was a problem yesterday, too. We saw one get away from the middle infield just like that for the Studs. And now Klinkenberg gets the bad end of that one on that pop fly. And now 2 are aboard for Hamada. That's fouled straight back. It's a 1-1 count.
Hamada has started to find his footing lately at the plate. I think the pretty obvious turning point of his season at the dish was that walk-off on July 2nd against the Dudes.
Hamada hitting just .233 on the season. He was 0 for 1 yesterday. Pinch hitting for Tyler Eisenhut, who had a wrap around his knee after rounding second base on a 2-run double. He was 3 for 3 yesterday. Unfortunate to see that injury because Eisenhut has been heating up. Hamada takes a look at ball 2.
Hamada's starting to really live in the 9-hole, and this is maybe something we can come to expect as the season goes on.
Montano on first and Von Lowe at second. This one's up the middle, could get through. It's batted down, and Von Lowe's being sent home. It is now 5-0 Fish Sticks. Van Egdom at second base couldn't corral what would have been a web gem. Good heads-up base running, and a 5 spot here in the bottom of the first. We'll take another look.
That would have been an incredible play by Van Egdom, but like you said, Mark Lynn and Von Lowe on the same page the whole way. That ball stays in the infield. Lynn doesn't care. Lowe just charges around third, and he's in safely. It's 5-0. Cody Snow went 7 scoreless the first time these two teams met.
Back to the top of the order here in the bottom of the first. Gullard takes a look at that off-speed in the turf. He got this whole party started. It looked like he was going to be the first out of the inning, but an error from Snow on a bouncing grounder got Gullard to second base. He would eventually come around to score on an RBI ground out from Evan Hellner, who's in the hole. Here's the 1-0 from Snow, up and in for ball 2.
And now we're looking at 14 runs in the last 3 innings for the Fish Sticks. That is some really impressive production at the plate from this team.
So Hamada just drove in another run. He's at first. Montano reached on what we'll call a hit, but should have been the third out of the inning on a pop fly to short. And now it's 3-0 to Gullard, and this could load the bases for Noah Kuhn.
Now look at how big the gap is on the right side of the infield. You've got Van Egdom, the second baseman, covering the bag with Montano over there, but that is just a huge gap. Look at that.
3-0, take sign on all the way. Gullard kind of winces. He wanted that one in a 3-0 count, but now it's 3-1.
Don't be surprised if Gullard just tries to poke one through this right side of the infield, because that is just huge.
Runners take off. This one's in the zone for strike 2. To throw to third is not in time. That's the second time the Sticks have stole third this inning. This time it's Rodrigo Montano. And now in a 3-2 count, there's 2 in scoring position.
That'll kind of close up that gap over on the right side of the infield, but Gillard's such a good two-strike hitter, and you don't want him up with 2 runners in scoring position.
Here's the 3-2 to the right side. That'll be foul. An offensive clinic here by the Sticks in the bottom of the first. They have 3 stolen bases and have plated 5 runs. Another payoff, and that'll be ball 4. So the bases are now juiced, and Noah Kung will come up for the second time this inning, and now for the first time this inning, there will be a mound visit to Cody Snow.
Yeah, and before this one really gets out of hand, you got to go talk to Cody Snow and make sure he doesn't give up a hit that makes this an early blowout lead for the Fish Sticks. Obviously, you know, the Fish Sticks know better than anyone that a 7-0 lead can evaporate in a second because they were the ones that did the comebacking last night. But 5-0 in the first. Obviously, you can't lay down against a talented team like the Blackfins, but this is about as good as it gets for a start if you're Fish Sticks.
A dream start for the Sticks after a dream ending in last night's game. Again, they've dropped all 3 games they've played to the Blackfins. Granted, that was in early June. This is a completely different ball team now. But what a way to respond here in the first. And the damage is not done yet as Kung steps to the dish. Kung was hit by a pitch in the left shoulder, would eventually come around to score the second run of the game. And another ball from Snow.
That was pitch number 40 for Cody Snow on the day, and he's only recorded 2 outs. Has only walked 1, obviously hit Kung last time he was up.
This one's popped in the air. Again, battling the sun is Van Egdom. He's going back, and he'll make the grab. So that'll end the marathon that is the bottom of the first inning, but 5 runs come across, and just a dream start for this team.
So Evan Hellner got it started with a ground out, and then Noah Benedict. Not the hardest hit ball we've seen from Benedict this year, but his speed does the talking right there on an RBI double. Then it was Braden Bartholomew on what was really just an unlucky break for the Blackfins that ended up scoring Noah Benedict on a throw that bounced right off of him and into the dugout. Then Vaughn Lowe got in on the fun and made it 4-0. And Alex Amada, this was a great play by Van Egden to get a glove on that, but great decision from Vaughn Lowe right there, and he's in safely. Now Atticus Stanfield comes back out with his team leading by 5.
You got a pretty lengthy break there from the top of the first to the bottom, but granted, in terms of what Cody Snow just saw, it was an absolute breeze in the top of the first for Stanfield. He did walk J.J. Abner, the second batter of the inning, but Abner was eventually gunned down at second base, and then Singleton grounded out to first to end the inning. So 1, 2, 3 per se in the first. So it'll be 4, 5, 6 due up. Pietres, who, man, he was busy behind the plate for that 40-pitch first inning. And then Mario Martinez and Camden Raymond will be due up.
And the Blackfins are in the middle of a big PIL stretch right now as well. They've got a game against the Seattle Studs coming up this weekend. So it makes you wonder, how long do they want to leave Cody Snow out there? You're at the point. He's given up 5 runs in the first inning. You kind of just have to stick with him and not burn a bunch of bullpen arms going into a big weekend like this.
So Pietres, he's hitting .275 on the summer. Does also have 1 long shot.
And this kind of tells the story of that first inning. Cody Snow needed 41 pitches to get out of the first inning. Atticus Stanfield needed 9.
So Stanfield's 10th pitch of the game goes outside for ball 1 to Pietres. A 5-0 ball game here at the Friar, just the complete opposite of what we saw in the first 3 games between these two teams. In game 1, the Blackfins used a 5-run 8th inning to extend a 5-3 lead and never look back from there. And then 2 1-run games in the last 2 meetings between these two teams. A 7-6 victory for the Finns, followed up by a 3-2 victory here at the Friar just 2 days later.
this is a great baseball team. You cannot take your foot off the gas pedal if you are the Fish Sticks. They just saw it last night, and it went in their favor. You can't just let up, because the Blackfins are a good baseball team, and they're in the PIL race for a reason, and you have to keep the pressure on for the next 8 innings.
So 3-1 count now to Pietras. This one's grounded hard towards Noah Kung. He'll fire across the diamond and make the easy play for out number 1. That's a good sign for Noah Kung, who kind of struggled at short in yesterday's win. That'll be out number 1.
Yeah, we saw a couple errors from him. Almost made one on the final out of the game where he ended up getting the ball to first just in time to finish that one out and get Ryder Peterson a save. But that looks clean, and something to note, Noah Kung's got the sunnies on today. Didn't have them on yesterday.
We saw Klinkenberg make a de facto error, essentially, by missing a pretty easy pop-up as he was battling with the sun that gave Rodrigo Montano a hit last inning.
That's something to note as well. This Blackfins defense was a lights out in the first 3 meetings between these two squads, and now you've got an error and a hit that should have been an error in that first inning alone.
So 1-1 count now to Mario Martinez from Shoreline Community College, one of the many Shoreline guys on this roster. He's hitting .273 this summer. This one's hit hard right off the thigh of Stanfield. Turnbow's going to try to make a play. Oh my goodness. What a play from Beckett Turnbow, who's going to go check on Stanfield. Man, you don't see that very often. Wow.
Everything is going the Fish Sticks way right now. Anything that can go the Fish Sticks way is going the Fish Sticks way. Stanfield just gave Turnbow a pat on the back. It looks like he's okay, but just thanking him for getting an out right there. What a play by Beckett Turnbow over at third. That's incredible. That is so hard to do, because you're moving one direction and then the ball bounces and goes like on a 90-degree angle. You've got to change your momentum and your direction in the blink of an eye, and Turnbow does just that on the turf, mind you, and instantly turns, makes the throw. It's a beam over to Bartholomew as well, and that's the only way it would have been in time.
So Stanfield will take a couple of warm-up pitches to make sure he's all right. I think he might have a little adrenaline. Here's another look. It's a hard-hit ball from Martinez. It just clanks him right in the left thigh. It ricochets over to Turnbow, who's able to make the play. Man, you don't see that often. That is an incredible play from Turnbow. And that'll be ball 1 now to Camden Raymond. Raymond will pop this up to Pluto. Who's going to get it? It's Hamada, who's all the way out there in shallow right field, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Atticus Stanfield. To the bottom of the second we go here at the Friar.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the Friar for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
So Cody Snow, after what felt like a 3-hour bottom of the first inning, he'll be back in to the game for the Blackfins. They didn't see any bullpen action. There are now a couple of arms warming up there in the bullpen in left field, but 3-4-5 due up now for the Sticks. Back to the heart of the order, and after a 5-run first, what does Cody Snow have to do?
I mean, you just have to regroup. Obviously, it's pretty cliche, but you have to step back and say, well, I'm a better pitcher than what I put forth in the first inning, and his defense didn't really have his back either, but you got to just regroup. And this is a fresh start for Cody Snow, hopefully in his mind. Because if it's not, the Fish Sticks are just going to keep doing more of the same.
Good pick over at first base by Singleton. That'll be a quick first out from Evan Hellner. He grounded out that way back in the first inning, but that resulted in an RBI that time. That's the first out. So a quick one pitch, one out for Cody Snow. That's exactly what he needs.
And anyone who's ever pitched knows that when your defense is able to make a play like that, especially in a game where they really haven't had your back that well in the early stages, that really helps with your confidence.
First pitch swinging for Noah Benedict. He'll foul it back and out of play. Benedict had an RBI double. Not the greatest contact off the bat, but it just tailed down the left field line and he legged it out. And he chased on that one. He's quickly behind 0-2.
He sure did. And Cody Snow's off speed. I mean, we've already seen him get a couple outs with that fastball, but there's just such a wide difference between the fastball and the off speed for him. That's what makes him good.
Snow looking for his first strikeout in this inning. That'll be grounded once again to Singleton. That'll be a quick second out.
This is what you need to see if you're Cody Snow, and this is what the Fish Sticks saw a lot of the first time they faced him this year, is quick outs, and that's why he was able to go 7 scoreless.
That'll bring up Braden Bartholomew. Bartholomew had an RBI single. He also stole third and would eventually come around to score. He is now tied once again with Rylan Gollard for the team leader in runs, but that's pretty significant considering he's hitting just .219 this summer. But he also leads the team in RBIs as well. This one skied way into the air. Pietras is going to throw off his mask and just barely didn't have a play. It'll bounce off the net. So Bartholomew will get another chance.
That was really close. It almost looked like that bounced off the railing, kind of just through the net. And if Pietras really got up in the sky like Michael Jordan tops, he might have been able to make that play.
Bartholomew has a team leading 4 home runs this year as well. Just lunges at that off speed. Elijah Bovey coming in, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning is just what Cody Snow needed. That was much quicker than the bottom of the first. But the Blackfins still have an uphill battle the rest of the way. They're down 5-0.
Yeah, Cody Snow, I mean, obviously we both know that he is a very talented pitcher here in the PIL, and that's more of what Blackfins fans, I think, have become accustomed to with Cody Snow. And I mean, if you're the Fish Sticks, obviously, you know, this Blackfins team can score a lot in a hurry. We've seen it a couple times this year. So you can't really let Snow get settled in. Obviously, that first inning was great, and you've got a 5-0 lead. But you can't let him get settled in because he still has the capability of going 5-6 innings in this game.
So this is the Pro Time Sports uniform race out in right field. It looks like... There we go. Okay, so it looks like maybe a kid versus an adult. This is the first time we've seen this in the Pro Time race.
I got to say, that is pretty big on him.
That is massive.
Oh, it's our fan batter jersey. That
Oh, no.
no. Oh, he Daniel Jonesed it.
Well, he'll still get across the line.
Yeah.
There we go.
That was a total Daniel Jones. Right before the goal line, he just tripped and fell forward.
Well, Julio Rodriguez is having a little bit of a tougher time out there in the outfield.
They should have switched the uniforms.
Yeah, they should have.
Because the one was way big on the kid, and that one's just way small. Maybe if we had the uniforms switched around, that's a closer race. If I'm Julio, I am appealing.
Yeah. There's the inside of the ice chest. It's been growing ever since first pitch. Again, we saw someone tumble into the white picket fence at the ice chest a couple of days ago. It was
awesome.
It was a sight.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was one of my favorite moments of the year.
Completely took out a portion of the fence in the thumbtack relay race.
And also, we have to include that Pat, one of the owners of the team, went over there and fixed it up like it was nothing, and now it looks good as new. Maybe getting those fences was on purpose for that, just so if a player or a thumbtack relay race participant did blow through it, they would have a fail-safe operation over there with the fence.
So I'll bring up Micah Bartle to start out the top of the third here for Atticus Stanfield. It's a 1-1 count after strike one. Bartle's hitting just 167 this summer, but there's a lot of speed and a lot of plate discipline with this guy. He killed the Fish Sticks in the second game of this season in that 7-6 victory over at Edmonds College.
Yeah, we were there up in Edmonds, and we were so impressed with Micah Bartle that entire game. And if he gets on base, look out.
He was just 1 for 5 in that game, but had a couple of walks and scored all 3 times he was aboard. He had 3 stolen bases in that one, so a ton of speed, probably the most in this Blackfin lineup. Here's the 3-1, and that is not what Atticus Stanfield wants to see, giving a free bag to Bartle, but he'll be aboard.
Yeah, don't be surprised if Bartle breaks for second right here. Obviously, we saw Hellner already gun down a runner out at second base, but Bartle is definitely faster than J.J. Abner on the base pass.
They'll bring up Andrew Van Egdom, who's been busy over at second base in the field. That'll get past Hellner. That'll be an easy bag for Bartle, who waltzes into second. And suddenly there's a runner in scoring position with nobody gone.
Yeah, I think that 1-2-3 inning from Cody Snow, who is one of the best players on this team, really kind of woke the Blackfins up. And I think down the stretch of this game, we'll start to see them kind of find their way into this game, because that first inning was not the same Seattle Blackfins team we've seen this year.
That'll be ball 2 to Van Egdom. You can see the third base coach for the Blackfins saying, all right, this has got to be right in the middle of the zone for you to swing. So an essential red light on this 2-0 count after that walk to Bartle, who's now at second base. (2-0) was in the meat of the zone, and Van Egdom did take a hack. That'll be strike one.
Yeah, big hack at that, and that's the pitch he was looking for right there. Stanfield gave him one, and he just missed it.
5 runs plated by the Sticks in the bottom of the first is the difference right now. It's an uphill battle for the Blackfins. That'll be inside for ball 3.
So this would be the third walk of the game for Atticus Stanfield. We saw him throw 4 in his 4 innings of work against the Washington A's. It's kind of just been an issue for him in the summer, but he's been so good at getting out of jams as well.
Takes a couple looks at Bartle at second. There'll be a time called by Van Egdom. Bartle, again, just wreaking havoc on the base paths. That's what we saw in game 2, and he's doing it again here.
This is just what he does for this team when he gets on base, is he creates chaos. He'd be a great fish stick. He would fit in perfectly with the mindset of this coaching staff.
3-1, ripped into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. That was hit too hard, and even the speedy Bartle will have to hold up at third. But Van Egdom building on a strong summer, and now first and third with nobody gone.
I think that's the first time I've heard the crack of the bat of my headset this year. That ball was right on the barrel. You could see Van Egdom kind of slip out of the box right there as well. Obviously, he probably wouldn't have gotten second if he came out of there clean, but that ball was smoked. And now you've got runners on the corners, nobody out. Blackfins, we've seen them make a 5-run comeback against this team already this year. They were behind 5, or that was a 4-run comeback, excuse me. They were behind 5-1 to the Fish Sticks back in the beginning of the season, and ended up taking a 6-5 lead before winning 7-6 in extras.
So Elijah Bovey swings and misses at strike 1. Bovey has been struggling at the dish this year. He's hitting just 118 for one of the many Edmonds Community College guys on this roster. So Stanfield will check it first. We've seen a lot of chaos in first and third situations in the past week here at the Friar. Multiple pickles and multiple runs scored out of those pickles.
Yeah, pickles were one of the top run-producing plays for the Fish Sticks in that Sunday game against the Washington A's. I believe there were 3 instances where the Fish Sticks were able to bring home a run on a pickle between first and second base.
So Van Egdom on first and Bartle on third. Nobody gone. That's inside for ball 1. But Stanfield still ahead 1-2 to Bovey. This is the first real trouble now for the Fish Sticks in this game. And that's called strike 3 right on the corner. Bubby doesn't like it, but a huge pitch from Atticus Stanfield. But there's still just one gone.
Oh, get hype. It's time for the concessions race in moments. But that's a great pitch from Stanfield, and now you've got to be thinking double play ball if you're the Sticks right here. You can see the middle infielders playing super deep for the Sticks. And, yeah, maybe a gift. I think that did miss just a touch low.
So back to the top of the order, it's Patrick Klinkenberg stepping to the plate. He'll take a look at strike 1. It was just one pitch for the leadoff man for him to ground it over to Braden Bartholomew at first base. So he was quickly retired. He takes a look at that one in the zone. That one's way outside for ball 1. Hellner forgot the ball, but he'll make the recovery. We saw Jake Daly yesterday lose the ball behind him, behind the dish. That ended up costing the Fish Sticks a run.
That was a weird play. It kind of just sat right under Jake Daly's feet, and then it was kicked away by the ump, and it was a really good play by Bradley Carl to score on that. That made it 7-0. That made the Fish Sticks feel well out of that game, and we all know how that ended.
That'll be out of play way down the first base line, so 1-2 count.
Obviously, double play is ideal, but a strikeout would also be huge for Stanfield. Remember, this was runners on the corners and nobody out for Atticus Stanfield.
Stanfield sat down Elijah Bovey with the strikeout looking in the last AB. He's going to go check at Van Egdom at first. And Klinkenberg is not a tough out. Or he is a tough out, excuse me. He's hitting .357. He hit .280 at Shoreline Community College last year. So Stanfield will feel blessed to have retired him the first 2 times he sees him, and he does just that. Strike 3 swinging, and now there's 2 down.
Atticus Stanfield, at least with the Fish Sticks this summer, has had this uncanny ability to almost just feel comfortable with runners on and in dangerous positions. And right here, he's doing the same thing. One retirement of J.J. Abner away from getting out of the 3rd clean.
Abner was walked back in the 1st, and he was eventually gunned down at second base when he tried to take the bag after Evan Hellner kind of bobbled a ball that got away from him, and Hellner made a great recovery to fire down to second base and retire Abner on the base paths. Here's the 1-0. Doesn't catch the inside corner, and Stanfield's behind 2-0.
I got to say, I'm surprised Van Egdom hasn't broke for second base at any point, because already down 5 in this game, you want to put the top of the order in a position where they can score 2 runs with just a base hit, and Van Egdom just sticking around at first.
That one's in the turf. Nicely done by Hellner to keep that in front. Looks like there's timeout called.
Oh, that might hit him?
That might have caught a piece of Abner's foot, and I believe it did. So Abner will take another free base, and the bases are now juiced with 2 gone.
This is a very dangerous spot for the Fish Sticks right here, and obviously Stanfield has thrived in jams. As we get another look,
a lot of turf came up.
I think that was a good sell job by Abner right there. I'm not sure that got any piece of his foot. It's close for sure, but I do think that landed right in front of the toe, and don't know what the indicator was, but he's on first base, and now the bases are packed.
Singleton coming to the plate. The 3-hole hitter takes a look at that off speed on the inside part for ball 1. Again, a great opportunity for the Blackfins to try to cut into this huge deficit that they found themselves after the bottom of the 1st. And DeGallier will signal to the pen mid-count. So that'll be the end of the night for Atticus Stanfield. He doesn't love it. This is not the first time that we've seen the Sticks go to the pen mid-count either.
Obviously just the first pitch, as it looks like Isaac Watson will come into this game, but Stanfield is frustrated, and I think he's got reason to be. He struck out 2 batters, with runners on the corners and nobody out. And now with the bases loaded, virtually the exact same situation, They bring in Isaac Watson, but Watson is a great option out of the pen as well. 10 innings on the year, so they have turned to him quite a bit.
He does have a 6.3 ERA, but struck out 6 guys across 3 innings the last time he came in relief. But something interesting to note is that Cole Miller came in a 2-0 count with first and third, almost kind of the same situation, and went on to walk the batter. So
on
obviously
4 pitches.
On 4 pitches. So obviously this is a disadvantage to Isaac Watson right now, and it's interesting to see another situation where they put in a pitcher mid-count.
And you said Watson's got a 6.3 ERA, but that last outing that he had was nothing short of amazing. I mean, it was against the Washington A's, which is not the best team the Fish Sticks are going to face all year. But he was absolute nails in a game that was decided the whole way. It was the same intensity the whole time from Watson on the mound, and it could be argued that that's the best anyone's pitched in a single outing all year.
So Watson's going to come in for Stanfield, who will exit with a clean sheet, but he is responsible for all the runners on board. So after a very quick top of the first and top of the second, suddenly trouble brewing here for the Sticks, protecting a 5-0 lead. So if Watson's able to get out of this jam in a 1-0 count with 2 outs, Stanfield's scoreless streak to start the summer will continue.
And Stanfield, again, it was 2 straight Ks after putting a couple runners on. And it was a pitch that, did it hit J.J. Abner? Maybe. But that would have made it 3-0. So he was behind in that count. But then all he did was just throw a ball to Michael Singleton. And he comes out. Obviously, you can trust Isaac Watson, especially if he pitches the same way he did last time out. But Stanfield's been so good this summer, you almost want to see the coaching staff stick with him right there.
So Watson coming in an unfamiliar spot, a 1-0 count that Stanfield threw. And he fires one in there for strike 1. It's a way to start out the at-bat.
You also got to think about, when you make a switch mid-count like this, completely different arm angle, completely different pitch mix, and Singleton's been looking at Stanfield in the on-deck circle the whole way through.
So 1-1 now with 2 gone and the bases loaded. Watson delivers. That one's fouled off by Singleton, who suddenly finds himself behind 1-2.
It's been great from Isaac Watson so far. Let's see if he has the put away right here. Again, 6 Ks in 3 innings of work last time out.
Singleton grounded out to third his last time up to end the top of the first. Delivers the 1-2. It's hit hard into right field. Benedict was playing in. He's not going to be able to make the play. 2 runners are already in. J.J. Abner is being waved home, and Singleton clears the bases. Suddenly, this game has turned on its head.
This is what the Blackfins have done to teams all year. This is what the Blackfins already did to the Fish Sticks once this year. They just never say die. And yes, it's the 3rd inning, but that was a demoralizing first inning for the Blackfins. No way around it. And here they are, just right back in it, and we're only in the top of the 3rd inning. This game is a lot more tense than it was before Isaac Watson gave up that hit. And you can only imagine what Atticus Stanfield is thinking in the dugout right now.
One swing of the bat, and it is a completely different ball game. Granted, it is the top of the 3rd inning, but after 5 runs in the bottom of the first from the Sticks, it looks like they were going to run away with it after Atticus Stanfield had 2 completely shut down innings. And a little bit of a 2-out rally. It's Michael Singleton with a 3-run double to right field. So now the count 1-1 to Hayden Pietras.
Also on that double, you said Benedict was playing in, and he was playing very far in. It wasn't a great read on that ball either, so was it a makeable play? I don't know. It would have been really close, but not the best read out there and right.
Watson delivers the 1-1. That's going to get past Noah Coog for a base hit. Singleton's being waved home. The throw is going to be cut off, and it is a 5-4 ball game just like that.
and they're just right back in this game. I mean, I just said it last time they brought in 3 runs, but the Blackfins, 8-3 in PIL play, and you cannot let them get runners on because more often than not, they deliver. And they've delivered against the Fish Sticks 3 times this year. And it's been 2 one-run victories for the Blackfins over the Fish Sticks already. You don't want to get into a close game with these guys either because they're really good in those situations.
Martinez did not go across, and it'll be 1-0 count now. Martinez grounded into one of the weirder groundouts you'll see, bounced it straight off Atticus Stanfield's thigh, and then Beckett Turnbow recovered the ball at third base and made a great play over to first. And that was when we maybe thought, okay, if this is the Fish Sticks game, that ball went in their favor, and now it is a 5-4 ball game. Out to shallow center field, Gollard's going to call everyone off, and he'll make the play. But 4 runs in the top of the third for the Blackfins, and suddenly this game has flip-turned going into the bottom of the third.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
We'll talk about a flip turn here at the Friar. We enter the bottom of the third. Cody Snow is suddenly got to be feeling great. After letting up 5 runs in the bottom of the first, it seemed like it was all but the Fish Sticks game to lose. And early on in this one, they have lost that lead after 4 runs in the top of the third. It is now a 5-4 ball game.
Well, they still lead. The Fish Sticks still have the advantage in this game, but this feels like a brand new baseball game than it did about 10 minutes ago. And Atticus Stanfield, he's gotten out of jams time and time again this summer, albeit it was only in 7 innings of work going into that 3rd inning. But he found himself with runners on all the time, and not only do you take him out in that situation after he struck out 2, you take him out in the middle of a count. And Isaac Watson, who came in the middle of that count, gives up a 3-run double to Michael Singleton on a ball that was just shot into right center field over the head of Benedict. And the Blackfins are right back in this game. We've already seen this movie between these 2 teams this year. The Fish Sticks led 5-1 in the 4th inning up in Edmonds, and the Blackfins ended up winning that game 7-6 and 10.
We were talking about it. That's now the 2nd time that a pitcher has been pulled mid-count and it has not worked in the Fish Sticks' favor. So mid-count to Michael Singleton. Isaac Watson comes in. That's just a tough spot for Watson to come in mid-count like that with 2 gone. And now it's a 5-4 ball game with just 2 swings of the bat. So it'll be Turnbow, Lowe, and Montano due up. 6, 7, 8 in the lineup as Turnbow, who struck out his last time up, takes a look at strike 1.
I also must admit, I mean, maybe this is just between us, but with just how kind of weird this game has been already, and with the Blackfins already fielding this big-time comeback, this feels intense, and it's only the bottom of the 3rd inning on a random game on July 10th.
So Snow went 1-2-3 after allowing 5 in the first. That one's in there for strike 2. So just 8 pitches it took for him to get out of the 2nd inning after 40 pitches in the bottom of the first. So a complete flip turn there from the first to the 2nd innings, and he's got his groove back. Count evened at 2-2 to Turnbow. Snow delivers on the corner in there, called strike 3. Turnbow doesn't love the call. That'll be out number 1.
And now here goes Cody Snow. I mean, this is one of the best pitchers that we've seen in the PIL this year, and once he settles in, he is really tough to beat.
It's a tough one on the corner. It's tough not to swing at that pitch in a 2-strike count. That's the 2nd time Turnbow's struck out today. And Vaughn Lowe takes a look at strike 1.
Nice piece of hitting for Lowe the first time up. It ended up bringing in a run. And this is a bat that I think we both want to see get going because he had a stretch in June where he was probably the best hitter on the team. And it was so fun to watch because he would come up with such a good approach every time, and it turned into him on base. He's got 4 doubles on the year. Most of them came in that hot stretch.
He was 0 for his last 5 going into that RBI single back in the first inning. And that one's in there for strike 2. He was 2 for 5 with an RBI back on July 4th. That was a runaway victory against the Washington A's. Here's the 1-2. That misses outside. The count will even out.
Lowe has chased a couple on 2-strike counts this year, so good to see him lay off. But Snow will be looking for the chase still in 2-2.
Lowe has struck out 15 times this season. That's the most on the team. This one's right to second base. A nice pick by Van Egdom, and he'll fire over to first for the second out.
That's another hard hit ball from Vaughn Lowe today. His second of the evening. That's just right at Van Egdom.
So look back at last night for Rodrigo Montano. This was a single in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Sticks trailing 8-7 and the bases loaded, and he delivered in one of the biggest spots of the season against the 22-5 Studs and the PIL leaders. And now they are 11-2 in PIL play, and both losses are at the hands of the Fish Sticks. Big reason for that was because of the bat of Montano.
He is 1 for 1 in this game, but it's hard to say that was a hit. It was a pop fly that Patrick Klinkenberg just didn't handle.
Klinkenberg was battling the sun, and it let the ball hit the turf. That one's curled in for strike 2.
That's such a good pitch from Cody Snow to come in through the back door like that. And we've seen some really good approach from Montano in 2-strike counts this year.
Committed to play for the Colorado School of Mines. He swings and misses at strike 3. So 6 straight batters retired now for Cody Snow. And this is looking more like the Cody Snow that we're accustomed to seeing. It's 5-4 Sticks going to the bottom of the 4th.
The concessions race now set to go. Usually we have 2 front runners and 1.
That has been the theme.
1 slacker.
We have 1 lagger who stands way behind, and two people immediately separate.
I'm loving. Oh wow! Looks like French fries is bigger than everyone else today.
Oh, a couple hit the deck. Oh, a third hits the deck, and we've got a runaway. I believe that's Mustard.
Look out, look out.
Oh, and another one hits the deck.
No one's crossed the line. It's like, no, who wants it left right now?
I don't know who officially won, but wow. CTE hits all over the board in the concession stand race. Who would have thought? Whew.
I like when they don't tell us that Josiah was obviously the French fries. I think that's pretty clear as day that Josiah was the French fries. But man, that was planned out and everything. Oh, wow.
The 2 guys just chilling.
You know
at
what
the
that
finish
looked like?
line.
That looked like Taco Dowler jumping into the end zone to make it a 14-point game in the FCS championship this past year. Shout out Taco Dowler. Taco Dowler, if you're watching, I love you.
You think Taco Dowler is watching this broadcast?
Dude, he better be.
Montana State legend Taco Dowler.
Mayor
What
Bozeman,
a game.
The Mayor Bozeman, Taco Dowler.
What a game that was. We'll take another look. So that's Josiah hitting the deck.
Yeah. So Mustard, it looked like a runaway win.
Mustard. And then he starts taunting a little bit, and then gets just hit sticked at the finish line. And then the platypus thing didn't know what was going on. He stood to take a look.
The platypus thing, that's a fish, Kyle.
Yeah.
We're called the fish.
It looks like Perry the Platypus, my favorite childhood show, Phineas and Ferb. I think I've seen every single episode of that show. As Raymond waits on that off speed, and that's into the gap in left center field. And Raymond's thinking too. The throw from Montano to Hamada, well in time. So Raymond tried to stretch that out. Bit fortunate for the Sticks, because that was a great piece of hitting from Raymond.
And you can see the entire Blackfin's dugout looking over at the first base coach saying, what? Why'd you send him? There's a lot of laughs going on over there in the dugout because Raymond was out by a mile. And a really good throw out there for Montano in left field.
A little bit of dance moves over there with Alex Hamada at second base. So a weird way to start the top of the fourth. And Bartle hits this one over to Watson. He kind of hesitated, but he'll make the play over at first, and 2 up and 2 down.
And to make that play, it's tougher than it looks because that ball is just spinning so hard sideways, especially on the turf where we've seen so many unpredictable bounces. Watson's got to clear a lot of ground, and almost, if you're the Fish Sticks, you're thankful you've got a primary corner infielder on the mound right now.
That'll bring up Andrew Van Egdom with 2 down here in the top of the fourth. And I've got to give a quick shout out as Watson's going to gear up. Well, my shout out's going to have to wait. This one's popped up straight to Braden Bartholomew at first, and that is a quick 1-2-3 inning for Isaac Watson. The Sticks still holding a 5-4 lead here going to the bottom of the fourth.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Crispy.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric, Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Back here for the bottom of the fourth, it's a 5-4 lead for the Sticks. Cody Snow is going to come back out, but Kyle Sweeney and Angus Trangmo here, and the shout-out that I was going to give last inning before Braden Bartholomew caught that pop-up. A fan here at the Friar came walking across the booth with an Advil hat, a hat that just said Advil on it. We love to shout out merch because we see a lot of great merch here at the stadium, and that might take the cake this summer, at least for me.
So how does one acquire an Advil hat? If you
I
went
don't
to
know.
Advil.com, do they have merchandise?
Is there an Advil.com?
I'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll take a look as Alex Hamada takes a look at strike one. So it'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Sticks, who are still clinging on to their 5-4 lead. Hamada shows bunt. That'll go foul. He's quickly behind 0-2.
Quick update. I have reached Advil.com. It does
Okay, so
exist.
there is an Advil.com.
I don't see merch, though. I'll be back soon with more info on that.
Absolute scenes. We have no idea how one acquires an Advil hat. As Hamada takes a look at ball one from Cody Snow. We're going to try to locate this guy again so he can show off just a great piece of attire. Here's the 1-2 from Snow. Hamada lines it right to the first baseman, Michael Singleton, for out number one.
The Mo, as they call it, has shifted entirely in this game. It seems like now every bounce is going towards the Blackfins, but Rylan Gullard usually doesn't leave it up to defenders when he puts it in play. A lot of his balls that end up in play are tough plays or just end up as hits.
So Gullard had his 21-game hit streak snapped yesterday. That one slides into the zone for strike one. He's reached on an error and walked today. Both came in the bottom of the first inning. And there we go. That's the Rylan Gullard we're accustomed to seeing. And he will be aboard for the third time today.
And a brand new hit streak starts tonight for Rylan Gullard. It's now up to 1. But now a runner on. And the Fish Sticks, I mean, after starting with 5 unanswered and then giving up 4 unanswered, you have to have a response at some point. in this game. That's kind of what plagued them in that 7-6 loss where they led 5-1. They didn't have a run in their back pocket until the 8th inning, and it wasn't enough.
So that'll bring up Noah Kung, who takes a look at that off speed for strike one.
I have a very important update. I have located where you can buy this Advil hat.
Okay.
It's on Snag Collective. It's $40.
Whew.
That seems like running it a little high. They've also got Sherwin-Williams. We've got like all kinds of different brand hats. So if you're interested, Snag Collective.
There we go. And the Fish Sticks hats, by the way, I have a couple of them myself. Both, they're all under $30. So would you buy an Advil hat for $40?
No.
Or would you rather buy, there are so many Fish Sticks hats that you could buy at the merch stand, and they will last you a very long time, and they're cheap, and they're great.
Yeah, and, I'd rather spend my night at the Fish Sticks game than spend my night taking Advil. That's just, I think anyone would answer that question.
Rylan Gollard takes off for second base. It was a great throw behind the plate by Petrus, but not in time. Gollard will extend his own lead in stolen bases for the team. He is now at double-digit stolen bases on the season.
I'm still looking for this hat, I'll be honest. I didn't see it when he buzzed the tower up here. I just want to see it in action.
I mean, he walked past the booth. I don't think you were looking, but it was like I was looking at a diamond. Like a diamond in the rough that was just catching my eye looking at the Advil hat. This one's grounded towards third base. This is going to be a tough play. Bartle fires across the diamond, and it's in time for out number 2.
That's a tough read for Bartle because he's got to come all the way almost across the entire left side of the infield to read that ball with Klinkenberg playing so deep while also trying to cover the bag with Gollard over there. So that's a lot of ground for Bartle to cover, and he makes it look easy.
So 2 gone now, and Rylan Gollard over at third base. That'll bring up Evan Hellner for the 3rd time. Hellner has 2 ground outs to the right side of the infield. The one in the first inning scored the first run of the game. And the one in his last at-bat started off the bottom of the 2nd. So after 5 runs in the bottom of the 1st, the Sticks have struggled against Cody Snow. This one's up the middle, but right at Van Egdom once again. And that'll be out number 3. So no runs come across for the 3rd straight inning after 5 came in the bottom of the 1st. It's still a 5-4 lead for the Sticks.
Tough break for Hellner right there. He got all of that ball, and it just goes right at Van Egdom. We saw a very similar hit already in this game over to second base.
So here we go. Here is the Crispy race. Crispy has been, let's not short ourselves here, awful this year.
Bad.
in the
Bad
Crispy
for
race.
Sure. Maybe not awful. He's 5-9.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Daniel's got some speed. Crispy is currently eating Daniel's dirt. And Daniel, wow, what a performance. You just got to tip your cap sometimes because, man. And the Usain Bolt celebration. Wow. You know what?
When you're cold, you're cold.
Yeah.
And Crispy is cold. We tried to get Crispy a confidence builder last night with Ricky from Tacoma.
Yeah.
But that was probably the toughest competitor he's had all year. Not even a bad race from Crispy, but no chance.
Yeah.
No chance for him. He's 5-10 on the year. What happened?
Double-digit losses.
What happened to our man?
We will continue to ask. There's Connor Lee, the man behind the social media.
Notice how he's not in the Fish Sticks photo.
Yeah.
That was team issued.
So Connor Lee was so excited for yesterday's game. He was coming up and talking to us the whole time, and he must have predicted the walk-off win yesterday because he was just bursting with excitement. Those are the exact words he told me. Fun fact. So maybe one day we'll get him up
with excitement.
He was bursting with. There he is.
There he is.
Again, a fellow Zag.
There he is.
Oh yeah, he knows we're talking about him now.
Oh.
Oh, now he's pointing and laughing.
No. You don't.
That guy kind of looks like Benson Boone.
Wow. It's crazy because we've had a Benson Boone impersonator in the stadium throwing out the first fish this year.
Don't you think?
And now we've got our social media guy, Connor Lee, that looks exactly like Benson Boone. You think there's any carryover there? They've got to be two different people.
Yeah,
right?
I think they are, but it's kind of crazy. I know I'm not the biggest fan of Benson Boone, with no offense to Benson Boone. I'm not a big fan of his
Booners
music.
everywhere.
Yeah, but I am not a certified Benson Booner. So here we are at the top of the 5th. Isaac Watson once again on the mound. And that'll be strike 1 in there to Elijah Bovey.
Gave up 2 hits in the first 2 batters he faced, but since then he's been spiffy on the mound.
That'll fall away. The count will even out at 1 apiece. Bovey struck out looking back in the 3rd. He didn't like the call. It looked like it was outside. Also of note, Bovey is a switch hitter. He was hitting on the right side against the lefty Stanfield, and from the left side, drills this out to center field. That'll send Rylan Gullard back, but he'll make the grab for out number 1.
And that's kind of just baseball gives and it takes away. Hellner almost drove in a run with a really hard hit ball that went right at Van Egdom. Now that one was crushed by Bovey, but just right at Rylan Gullard out in center field. A tough break for him.
So back to the top of the order for the 3rd time today. Klinkenberg will step to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. As Watson delivers. I was going to say in there, we've seen a couple calls on that exact same pitch be called a strike. It'll be 1-0 count.
Klinkenberg, one of the many shoreline guys on this team, and hit 280 with an OPS of 958 in 2026. And he's been even better than that with the Blackfins this summer.
Again, hitting .357 on the summer campaign now. This is the 18th game of the summer for the Blackfins. Off-speed hit well into the air. Hamada's going to call everyone off, drifting into the sun, and he'll make the grab for out number 2.
Really good job by Stanfield and now Watson to keep a lid on Patrick Klinkenberg. He's 0 for 3 in that leadoff spot today.
So 2 down now for J.J. Abner. He has been walked back in the 1st and hit by a pitch back in the 3rd inning, which was a questionable call considering the ball bounced. It looked like on the turf right in front of his left foot, but the umpire ruled that it did clip him, and he took his base.
Oh, wow.
What a play out there. And there's Santiago Guedes Rodriguez autographing someone's right hand. You know, I would hate to break the news to that person that will likely just come right off in about 2 hours.
Don't you know it's a Sharpie that stays
Oh,
on forever.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That works on skin.
I need an Angus Trangmo autograph on my right hand.
Do you?
Yeah. I heard, actually, that you signed an autograph earlier
so
today.
I was walking back from the bathroom like a champion, and someone just came up to me and asked for my autograph, and I thought that was really cool. And so I gave it, and I am really worried that someday that person will be like, oh, man, I wonder what this autograph is, and then they'll figure out, oh, he was just the broadcaster for the team.
You need more self-confidence. Isaac Watson has a lot of confidence right now after another 1-2-3 inning. He strikes out J.J. Abner, and to the bottom of the 5th we go. The Sticks still up 5-4.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Back here for the bottom of the 5th inning, Kyle Sweeney and Angus Trangmo with you here as the Sticks are due up with a 5-4 lead. All 5 runs coming in the bottom of the 5th here, Angus.
I think you mean the bottom of the first. But
The bottom of the first, yes, that is correct.
with Noah Benedict coming up to lead off here in the bottom of the fifth, I mean, Benedict's already got a double in this game, and this means Benedict, Bartholomew are both due up to start this inning, and they're followed by Beckett, Turnbow. These are 3 hot bats for this team.
Cody Snow once again on the mound after a 40-pitch first inning. He is back out for the fifth after a scoreless second through 4 for Snow.
And still nobody in the Blackfins bullpen as well.
Benedict looks at that one down low. It's a 1-1 count.
That was pitch 76 for Cody Snow. Obviously, we saw him go really deep the first time he faced the Fish Sticks, but at some point, there's going to be some movement over there with Snow's pitch count starting to go up quite a bit.
It's 2-1 now to Noah Benedict. Sorry, I just got nervous there at the beginning. The guy who signs autographs is my co-host here, my co-broadcaster, so I couldn't really think straight there for a second. Benedict rips this over to first. It'll bounce off Singleton, and Benedict's gunning for second. The speedy Noah Benedict will get in safely. Great heads-up base running, and he will be on second base to lead things off.
Great day in his last work at the Friar. Now he starts today, and more of the same. That is such a good read from him. That ball just dies in a ghost town out there in right center, and Benedict's got so much speed. That's easy for him to slide into second base. That's such a tough play for Singleton off the turf as well. You can kind of see him a little tender on that left foot. It just drilled him right in the side of the foot.
So that will bring up Bartholomew, looking to extend his team lead in RBIs. That one's up and in. That almost extended his team lead in hit by pitches this year, which is kind of an astronomical amount a little bit for Bartholomew. He wipes everyone else on this team in hit by pitches.
There's always that one kid on your baseball team that's a ball magnet, and for this team, it's Bartholomew.
That one fooled Bartholomew, and it's a 1-1 count.
It's a great pitch from Cody Snow. I mean, that's usually what he goes to when he's looking for a chase, and it doesn't only work against the Fish Sticks. It works against everyone in this league.
Bartholomew has been hit 8 times this season. As he takes a look at strike 2, that's 8 times in 23 games. That is a pretty high ratio. And he leads everyone on the team by 3 hit by pitches.
Yeah, next closest are Cade Galen and Jake Daly, both with 5. That's a wide margin, and he almost already got hit in this one.
He also leads the team with 21 RBIs. Looking for another here. He'll stay alive in the count.
4 homers also leads the team. 2 of them came in the same game against the Washington A's, but he loves that left field porch here. And it'll come on the first pitch, it'll come on the 12th pitch. It doesn't matter. He's always looking to kind of just poke one over the fence out there because he's got serious pop.
Here's the 1-2 from Snow. Bartholomew, that'll get down in right field. Benedict didn't get a great jump, so he'll be held up at third. Good stop behind the dish by Pietrus. And it'll be first and third now with Bartholomew and Benedict.
With how fast Benedict is, I almost expected him to score on that ball because it found the gap out there in right center. Would have been a really close play at home, and that throw was not the best from Mario Martinez out in right, and that looks like it might be the day for Singleton at first. So Singleton, who just took that shot off the bat of Noah Benedict.
Foot, maybe?
And yeah, well, that's right where it hit him. Right on that left foot, and he was barely putting any weight on it over there at first, and finally they take him out of this game, and instead it will be Rivers Smith, teammate of Cody Snow at Montana State University Billings.
So Smith was 3 for 4 at the Friar the last time these two teams played. We highlighted it in the open, so now he gets a chance on the diamond. Singleton had that 3-run double that put the Blackfins right back in the game back in the 3rd inning. With one swing of the bat, he cleared the bases, so that's a big loss for the Blackfins. Singleton still kind of walking things off over there in the dugout. So now Beckett Turnbow coming up, first and third with nobody gone. He shows bunt. He just pushes it to first, right at River Smith. It's going to be a tough play, and Turnbow beats it out. Benedict comes around to score. What a heads-up play from Beckett Turnbow to beat out that bag. And that's the second time now in the last week that he's bunted for a single and an RBI.
Instantly testing River Smith over there in the corner, and Turnbow can really go with the legs. So really fast, makes it such a tough play for the Yellow Jacket connection between River Smith and Cody Snow. And obviously Benedict is going to score easily on that play. Still nobody out, and Vaughn Lowe has had a good day at the plate today.
That'll go down as the 9th hit of the game for the Fish Sticks, who now lead at 6-4. Now Lowe shows bunt. That'll get up out of play. So Lowe had an RBI single on a hard hit ball to left field his first time up back in the first, and then hit a ball just as hard to second base, but Andrew Van Egdom was able to record the out as a nice pick. 1 run already across this inning and nobody gone. Lowe shows bunt again. That one zips in there for strike 2.
That's a really tough pitch to bunt on, and it's because it's running away from Vaughn Lowe. So he's got to reach out really far for that, and it's hard for him to tell if it's in the zone, just like it would be if he was swinging away. So instead he pulls back, takes his chances, and it's strike 2.
Turnbow at first, Bartholome at second. Here's the 0-2 from Snow, taken towards Bartle. This could be 2. Bartle, a nice play to keep it in front of him from Van Egdom. Looked like he might have came off the bag. But he's just going to record the out at second base. Lowe will get to first. And take another look. This is a weird one.
So this might have pulled Van Egdom off the bag. It was not a great throw from Micah Bartle.
Man, that's tough.
Hard to tell right there. Such a kind of just like a bang-bang throw and pulling his foot off. They kind of happened at the same time. And that could have been 2 with an accurate throw from Bartle right there as well. So Fish Sticks get a gift.
Rodrigo Montano now up for the 3rd time. He takes a look at strike 1. Montano was given a hit in the bottom of the first inning. It was a pop fly to shortstop, and Klinkenberg battled with the sun and couldn't make the play. Now Montano showing bunt. This is another beauty. Over to first is Pietras, but that'll score another run. Nicely done from Rodrigo Montano. Bartholome comes across for the 2nd time today. It is now 7-4 Sticks.
And Bartholome, it wasn't a all-out steal, but he was really far down the line. So Montano had to put that on his bat some way, somehow. And not only does he do that, he puts it in a place where the only option is to go to first for the Blackfins. Fish Sticks backing it out in front by 3. This is the response they needed after Seattle just battled right back in this game.
So Snow came up, back up here in the top of the bottom of the 5th inning. This is now his 3rd time through the lineup, and the Sticks are taking advantage. Alex Hamada now takes a look at strike 1.
And remember, out of the 5 runs he gave up in that first inning, only 2 of them were earned. So although a 5 is a pretty crooked number, not all of those were on Cody Snow, and both of these will be earned runs.
So 2 have come across here in the bottom of the 5th. Hamada takes a look at that one in the turf for ball 1.
We already saw Hamada bring in low. It was a hard ground ball that barely got by Van Egdom. He got a glove on it, and it just rolled in the outfield, but with 2 down is a really heads-up move by Vaughn Lowe to just motor around 3rd and end up scoring the 5th run of that inning.
Looks like Hayden Pietras behind the dish is kind of stretching out his right leg. Hard to tell if it's cramps or maybe he pulled something on that last play, or that bunt from Beckett Turnbow. Pitch low for ball 2 now to Hamada.
Snow is clearly, I mean, obviously he's on inning number 5 right now, and he's thrown north of 90 pitches. So got to be thinking this is getting to his last legs, but he still had pretty good control that entire way through. And that pitch right there.
So 2-2 count with 2 gone. Vaughn Lowe is at second base. A 7-4 lead now for the Sticks. Snow delivers. That one bounced off Hamada's front foot and into fair territory, so we'll do it again.
Would have been a really nice place for a bunt right there. I mean, obviously Hamada knew the moment it hit his foot there was no reason to run out to first, but we've seen a couple infield singles from Hamada this year that looked exactly like that.
After 7 scoreless innings, the first times these two teams met, Cody Snow is getting roughed up. That is strike 3 called to Alex Hamada. He doesn't like the call. But to the top of the 6th inning we go. That will likely be the end of Cody Snow's evening. That's the strike 3 call right there.
Will it? I mean, still nobody over there in the Blackfins bullpen. And obviously Snow is the main man in this rotation. You've already had him throw 7 innings. The Blackfins very much in this game, even though he's given up 7 runs, only 4 of them earned. But do they just stick with him and save arms for this weekend? I don't know. That's a tough one for the Blackfins.
Another classic now down the first base line. It is the fishing frenzy. And that means that our guy Jackson with the mobile camera has to do effectively a pacer test back and forth. Looks like the left side won that one, but maybe a tumble?
That was closer than it should have been. A really heady play from the right side team to kind of just chuck the fish across the line. We saw that with the pony hop the other day. A guy fell off the horse and he was very much in last, so he just took his horse and hurled it over the line, and that did not count. But that fish might have counted. That was a really smart play by them. I love how I just analyze every grain of our inning games now because I've seen them so often.
The fishing frenzy?
Yeah, it's just like, who cares, right? Like, it's obviously like in the stadium, this is the best PIL atmosphere, but I'm looking into like by inches. It's just like, no one needs that. It's good fun. I'm ruining the fun for everyone on the broadcast.
You're so much fun.
That was no fun.
A Young Thug reference, perhaps. You're one of your favorites in the music world.
So much fun.
This one's going to be tough. Wow. Bartholomew just picks it up like it's nothing at first. And 1 pitch, 1 down here for Watson. Man, can we get a replay of that? That was impressive.
He's just trying stuff over there. He fielded that behind his hip and like windmilled it into his glove. That was so impressive from Braden Bartholomew, and just another highlight added to his catalog of defensive plays this year.
So it is a 7-4 lead now for the Sticks. That was River Smith who recorded the first out, coming in for Michael Singleton. And 2 pitches now. This could be 2 gone. Turnbow is going to come in, call everyone off, and make the grab.
This is what you're looking for out of Isaac Watson. I mean, obviously, if it was this easy, pitchers would do it every inning. But now, J.J. Abner, the age-old, or not J.J. Abner, excuse me, this is Mario Martinez. But the age-old question, you've got Isaac Watson on a 3-pitch inning. Do you even consider swinging at the first pitch?
We'll see. 3rd pitch of the inning, he does swing, but it's a great decision as it is a base hit to left field. And Watson, you can see him kind of jumping up and down and laughing over there at Martinez. He wanted that 3-pitch inning.
That would have been really cool. And still, even though Watson was on a 3-pitch inning, that's a pitch that Mario Martinez should and will go after. And we've seen a few hits, including a timely ground ball that turned into a walk-off winner earlier this year. He's been one of the more impressive guys on this Blackfins roster all year, I think.
As Raymond, again, swings at the first pitch. That is the 4th time this inning in 4 batters that the Blackfins have swung on the first pitch from Isaac Watson. Raymond came in with a .328 average this year as Watson checks over to first. He flew out to the second baseman and then singled back in the 4th. He tried to leg it out and make it a double. Raymond doesn't have the most amount of speed on this Blackfins team and was gunned out. That one's on the corner for strike 2.
On the corner might be generous. Hellner had to reach out and grab that one. And ahead 0-2, Watson working well ever since that 3rd inning.
0-2 now to Raymond. Hellner tried to frame it. That one was too low. 1-2 count.
That just missed, though, and that's a really good pitch from Watson, especially given that he's ahead 0-2.
Runner takes off. Raymond pops this up. Montano coming in, and he'll make the grab out there in left field. So a quick inning of work for Isaac Watson. He keeps the Finns scoreless, and it's a 7-4 lead for the Sticks going into the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's cookie dough frosty fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough. Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
Back here for the bottom of the 6th inning, the Sticks plated 2 in the bottom of the 5th, and they extend their lead to 7-4. Kyle Sweeney and Angus Trangmo with you here at the Friar. The wind has picked up just a touch, but it is still a pristine evening here on a Friday night tilt between the Sticks and the Finns. Cody Snow is at 95 pitches, and he's out there for another inning of work.
Yeah, so the Blackfins, this is nothing new for them. They had a starter go 115 pitches deep on Wednesday. He started the 7th inning with north of 100. So this is normal for them. They have a lot of starters go deep, and that's not really something you see a lot of in the PIL. I mean, there's a lot of deep relief teams, the Fish Sticks being one of them. The Blackfins are the complete opposite.
So Gullard and then Noah Kung, as Gullard grounds this over to short. The long throw, not in time. Gullard's speed is too much. Klinkenberg couldn't make the play, so another infield single for Gullard.
This is a really close play, but I do think Gullard beats it out. Yes, barely. That is a great replay from our team. They stopped it at the perfect frame right there, but yes, Gullard, I mean, his speed has turned into 2 hits today, and he's already got a stolen base as well. It's an underrated part of his game, but it seems like we talk about it every night.
Has already stolen a base today. He'll take off again. The throw is a great one, and it's in time. Gullard is gunned down at second base, so just like that, there's one gone.
We saw Hayden Pietras kind of flexing his right leg last inning, and he looked perfectly fine on that one. That is just a beautiful throw, and Gullard tried to slide around it. Perfect tack from Van Egden. That's a good team play from the Blackfins.
That is the 6th time this season that Rylan Gullard has been picked off on the base paths. He does have a team-leading 11 stolen bases, but a great throw from Pietras behind the dish. 2-0 to Noah Kung. He takes this up the middle, but right at the center fielder, Elijah Bovey, and that'll be out number 2.
That's the kind of line out that turns into a double play if you have a runner on. And let's just kind of imagine here for a second. If Gullard was going and Kung hits that ball, that's a double play. No question about it. Kung drilled that ball. It was just right at Bubby.
That'll bring up Evan Hellner. Hellner's had a bit of an unlucky day. He is 0 for 3, but has an RBI ground out. He crushed a ball over to first base back in the second. And then had another line drive that was perfectly fielded by Andrew Van Egdom at second base. He fired over to first. So all three of them have gone to the right side of the infield. All three have been hit hard. Count now 2-1 to Evan Hellner.
And Cody Snow now up to 104 pitches. We saw someone throwing in the Blackfins bullpen, and they do have a couple people hanging out there. There's no way he would come out for a 7th inning, right? I mean, it doesn't seem like it's too foreign, though. They had a starter go 115. We've seen Cody Snow go 7 innings deep before. It's not out of the picture.
3-1 and coming to Hellner. He takes a swing, and finally it gets through the infield for a base hit.
Hellner's so good at that to both sides of the field, but just finding the gap between the third baseman and the shortstop, and then on the mirroring side, the second baseman and the first baseman. He does it again right there. Now Noah Benedict, who's had a great day with a couple doubles, comes up.
Benedict's had a weird one back in the 5th. He ripped a line drive right at Michael Singleton. It hit off his foot, bounced into the outfield, and he legged it out for a double. Hellner will hold up at first. And eventually Singleton, who cleared the bases with a 3-run double back in the 3rd inning, would have to come out of the game. So a couple of doubles for Noah Benedict, who was hitless in the 2-game stand against the Marion Berries earlier this week. He tried to send that one out to Vancouver. Swings through that. It's a 1-1 count.
Which one? Which Vancouver?
Vancouver North in Canada.
That's foul ball now.
One of the most beautiful cities on earth is what I've heard.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
I have not
But it's
been
a foul
there
ball.
yet.
That would have been
That would have been a
Vancouver,
foul ball.
Washington, I want to say would have been a home run. That's why I asked.
Both Vancouvers are just beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just in Vancouver, Washington, coming back from Salem. I just drove through. I didn't stop, so I didn't give it a fair chance. But I would give the edge to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, because that place is wonderful.
Well, yeah. That's like, would you rather like have LeBron or a current Brandon Pajemski? And that's no disrespect to Brandon Pajemski, by the way.
Really?
He's a solid, I give him a lot of hate, but he is actually not a terrible
It's
basketball
like
player.
all you talk about, though. It's just,
But he's...
Pods is not part of the future.
But here's the
with
thing, though, is that Vancouver, Washington is easy to hate, and it's easy to hate Brandon Pajemski. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, I'd rather have Vancouver, Canada, as that's ball 4 to Noah Benedict. But do you kind of get the analogy?
Yeah, I do,
okay.
but I don't know. I've just heard too much bad stuff out of your mouth about Pods, and then now you're magically defending him. I don't see where you get off on that, to be honest.
And everyone is not quick to defend Vancouver, Washington. That's what I'm saying. I think maybe if people took a step back and took a look into the hidden beauty of Vancouver, Washington.
They have an In-N-Out burger. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
See, that is a reason that I would go, because In-N-Out is so good.
Only one in Washington.
And
no.
Wow, that
Yeah.
in itself makes it so beautiful.
Yeah.
So, obviously, would I rather go to Vancouver, Canada? Probably. Would I rather have LeBron James over Brandon Pajemski? Yes.
Okay. I'm glad we talked that out.
Yeah, but did Brandon Pajemski have a perfect quarter last year in what was a down year for the Warriors? Yes, he did. Brandon
Did he drop
Pajemski's
30?
He did. He did.
Yep.
That is Brandon Pajemski's In-N-Out in Vancouver, Washington, right there.
Wow.
See how that all connects?
What a comp.
Yeah, there you go.
What a comp.
There we go.
Not to take away from what Cody Snow is doing, that was pitch 112. That's insane. You're not going to see this from any other team in the league, having a starter go this deep. And Cody Snow, 7 runs in this game, 4 of them earned, but honestly, still impressive.
Bartholomew hits this well out to center field. Bubby will camp under it, and that'll be the third out of the inning. So Snow is officially through 6 with 113 pitches. Will we see him for another inning?
I doubt it, but I don't think it's as unlikely as you may think, but I doubt it. I really do. He's not had his best day on the mound, simply put, so that's not helping his case if he wants another inning. And 113 is just a ridiculous amount. It looks like there is a bullpen arm ready for the Blackfins, so that'll probably be the day for Cody Snow.
So this is the Dick's Make a Burger Challenge. This one is an interesting one. So the contestants have to actually wear the condiments, and then at the end, I believe the bun has to hop on to the second person.
Remember when the bun hopped on
Yes.
upside down? How do
did.
you manage that? Okay.
So here we go.
We have a lot of games. This is something I'm just noticing right now. We have a lot of games that involve putting on costumes.
Yeah. So the burger buns waddle over there and take their rightful position. And now here come the meat and the toppings that they literally just toss on to the person that's just sitting there.
It's crazy they were just talking about In-N-Out, and now it's
Look at that.
the burger battle.
The burger battle.
Let's see, who's in the lead right here? We've got it's definitely the first base side. Their third base is behind an entire lettuce right now.
An entire lettuce.
Yep.
Here's the tomato, by far and away the worst topping on a burger.
Yeah, well, here is the burger bun.
Here we go. So she's literally going to have to just hop on. Here we go.
Cannot go down upside down.
And there we are. So what Angus is talking about, the last time this happened, the person turned backwards and hopped the other way.
Yeah, and they lost.
And
they were
lost
hugely,
because of
they
it.
lost.
It was there we go. That might be the most romantic thing I've ever seen. I mean, getting lost in cheeseburgers, that is awesome.
Oh, that would be a weird vision to have. Like
that's amazing. You know what? Dick's Burgers, I did just gloat In-N-Out. Dick's is great as well.
But that might be my favorite game we have. That's a good one.
The thumbtack relay race.
It's silly enough that I enjoy
true.
it every time.
The thumbtack relay race always shows something. New arm on the mound. It is Mowers for the first time this summer for the Sticks. So Mauer, excuse me. Tyler Mauer is on the mound. This is a brand new addition to this team. The tall right-hander for Coach Mark Lynn. He's behind 2-0.
Bartle, I mean, we already saw him work a walk and kind of create some chaos on the base paths. In this game, that started the 4-run third. It's still the only frame that the Blackfins have scored in today.
So Mauer getting his first run as a Stick. He's coming in to relieve Isaac Watson. That one's in the zone, taken towards Kung at short. He'll make the throw, and that'll be the first out. So good showing in the first out from Mauer.
Yeah, sure was. And it's good to see Kung having such a good day in the field as well, because yesterday just wasn't his day with the mitt, and everything that's gone his direction today has been handled really nicely.
That'll bring up the second baseman, Andrew Van Egdem, who has also had a stellar day in the field. That one's skied up for ball one. Van Egdem hitting .304 coming into this game on the summer. He scored a run back in the third and flew out to Braden Bartholomew over at first in the fourth. So Mauer, a 2025 high school grad, he is listed at 6'7", 220, a native of Renton, Washington.
The new tallest fish stick this season, passing 6'5", Eli Hurst.
Who, by the way, the MLB draft starts tomorrow. We wish the best of luck to Eli Hurst, as this is swung foul. According to ESPN, Hurst is the 211th ranked prospect in the draft. He was the Washington Gatorade Player of the Year last year. He made 3 starts, 3 scoreless starts for the Sticks, and showed why he is such a great prospect at just 18 years old.
There was an outing he had that I think he struck out. His first 8 outs of the day were all Ks, and that was one of the most impressive things I've seen at the Friar all summer. So just oozing with talent, committed to Vanderbilt. See if he ends up there. But I think either way he goes, he's going to pan out really nicely.
So Maurer fires in, called strike 3. So 2 quick outs for Maurer in his debut.
This is good stuff from Maurer to start. And with Buffy coming up, he's 0 for 2 on the day. But, I mean, backdoor Van Egdom, like you said, tough out today so far. And Maurer handles him with ease.
To the bottom of the order we go with Elijah Bovey. Takes a look at ball 1. Bovey's had a tough day. He's 0 for 2. He struck out looking back in the 3rd, and he flew out to center field his last time up. That's high for ball 2.
Interesting part about this as well is with the 9-hitter Bovey up, Turnbow over at 3rd is playing very far in, while the rest of the infield is playing pretty deep. So Fish Sticks ready to cover the bunt if it does come up.
That'll get past. It's now 3 balls and no strikes to Bovey. And walking on a base runner, going back to the top of the order, would not be at the top of Tyler Maurer's priority list. That one's a zone finder in there for strike 1. So Maurer got Micah Bartle to ground out short and then sat down Andrew Van Egdom on strikes. This one's again grounded over to Noah Coog. He's going to have to make a tough throw, and it is in time. Noah Coog showing off the arm, and a scoreless top of the 7th for Tyler Maurer. To the 7th inning stretch we go here at the Friar.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Crispy.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the Friar for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
The 7th inning stretch has came and went here at the Friar. Kyle Sweeney and Angus Trangmo with you. It is a 7-4 lead for the Fish Sticks in Angus. The 7th inning stretch has been quite kind to the Fish Sticks over the past week.
Yeah, there's something about jump around that starts the Fish Sticks to jump around the base paths, at least in the past 2 games here at the Friar. So it was 7-7 with the Washington A's heading into the bottom of the 7th inning. Fish Sticks plated 8 in the bottom of the 7th, followed by another in the bottom of the 8th on a Noah Benedict home run. So that was 9 runs in the 2 innings following the stretch. And then yesterday, they went into the 7th inning stretch down 7-0 and 6 runs in the 7th, followed by 3 runs in the 8th, ended up winning that game 9-8. So this has been the time where this offense has turned it on, specifically at home. They also scored some late runs against the Marion Berries, 1 run in the final 3 innings each.
So Beckett Turnbow comes to the plate to lead off the bottom of the 7th. He is behind 1 ball and 2 strikes to finally a new pitcher, Cody Snow. It took him 113 pitches to finally be relieved. As Turnbow skies this, they'll get out of play.
Boom, that sounded like it broke something, but Turnbow has been hitting well. Vaughn Lowe's had a really good day at the plate, and Rodrigo Montano due up. So really any part of this lineup that you look at for the Fish Sticks has got someone that has started to click as of late.
Braden Larson comes in relief and strikes out Turnbow. Turnbow is retired for the 4th time via the K.
That's kind of similar to Cody Snow's signature with that off-speed stuff, trying to force chases, and Turnbow just missed everything right there. Good start for Braden Larson on the bump.
Excuse me, that is the 3rd time Turnbow has been retired. He had an RBI bunt back in the 5th inning, a part of one of the 2 runs that came across in that inning. Again, the Fish Sticks started off with a 5-0 lead quickly. All 5 runs coming in the bottom of the 1st. And then suddenly 4 runs played in the top of the 3rd by the Blackfins made it a whole nother ball game. But 2 insurance runs in the 5th, and it's a 7-4 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. As Vaughn Lowe takes a look at ball 2.
We saw Larson already this year. He closed out the Blackfins win here at the Friar in what was a low-scoring game, 3-2. Seattle came out on top.
Count evens out to Lowe at 2 apiece. A very different Fish Sticks team here now on July 10th than back on June 11th, almost a month ago, the last time these 2 teams met.
This is already more runs for the Fish Sticks in a game against the Blackfins than they had in the first 3 tries this season. So that early season, I mean, the bats were struggling. They were ice cold in the first 5 or so games of the year, and that is not the case right now.
Here's the 2-2. Lowe just lunges at it. Bartle makes the long throw in time, out number 2 to Vaughn Lowe.
Yeah, that's another chase on that off speed. So the Fish Sticks saw it fine from Cody Snow, and then a couple chases start Larson for the day, and Rodrigo Montano will come up to a nice reception.
Again, last night's hero, probably the clutchest hit of the season against the Studs, who are rolling. And this one's over to first. Rivers Smith is going to toss it to Larson, and a quick 1-2-3 inning in relief for Braden Larson. So to the top of the 8th we go. Same score, but the Fins are running out of time.
I believe it's thumbtack relay race time.
Uh-oh.
I've received word that they've got a new painter costume, which it was due. But Braden Larson, I mean, that is ideal for him out of the pen, especially after Cody Snow. There's 113 pitches. You kind of don't want a guy to throw a bunch of pitches after that, because he was out there forever.
So the thumbtack relay race always brings something. Again, a couple of games ago, someone in the plumber's uniform, it was a close race, and he just went right through the finish line and crashed into the picket fence and took down a section of it.
Yeah, okay, barefoot in the thumbtack relay race is a strategy I've seen a couple times. Seems like socks would also do the job out there, but I don't know, maybe some extra traction in the grass. My team, the Painters, early lead.
There we
Definitely
go.
losing the season series, though.
They are. The Plumbers have some area to make up. And it looks like they might be doing that.
No, that's wishful
wow.
from you.
Look
Yeah,
at
that was wishful.
The Painters. You've got Chip. Is that Chipper Jones?
I believe that is
That
Chipper
is
Jones.
a Chipper Jones jersey
And
here in
boy,
West Seattle.
he has got all kinds of time to put this away. Oh, they lied to me. That is the same Painter's costume. That is totally the same outfit.
Here we go. Oh boy.
Jeez.
Just tumbles to the ground.
That was not a great rotation for the second guy for the Plumbers.
Oh, man.
Oh,
now he's stuck. Okay, so a little defense going on.
What? Oh, no. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, whew. Painters almost found a way to lose that. They almost snatched defeat from the jaws of victory right there, but Chipper Jones comes out on top.
There is something in the thumbtack relay race where people just put so much on the line. I don't know if it's too many drinks at the ice chest or what, but we saw
there's added stakes in the thumbtack relay race. Yeah.
Saw Derrick Henry and then our second installment of Daniel Jones out there. He just absolutely ate grass in the outfield. So Tyler Maurer up now again after those theatrics. First pitch swinging, and that's foul for Patrick Klinkenberg.
Klinkenberg 0 for 3 on the day. I think if there's one guy that I wasn't expecting to start the game 0 for 3, it's probably Klinkenberg.
Maurer sat him down in order back in the 7th. That was his first inning of work in a fish stick uniform all summer. And we received word pregame that Luke Parker, who was just mashing the baseball, is now done for the summer with an arm injury that has kind of been lingering for him last season at the Colorado School of Mines. So he's back home, and that'll be the end of the summer, which is really unfortunate. It's a big blow to this Fish Sticks roster.
In his last 2 games with the Fish Sticks, he went out on a very high note, 5 for 8, and drove in 9 runs. Before the Marionberry series, that ball is pieced, but before the Marionberry series, he and Braden Bartholomew were tied for the team lead in runs batted in.
Klinkenberg's going third. That ball was ripped into right field. And facing a 3-run deficit, that is exactly what the Blackfins needed, as Patrick Klinkenberg will not be retired for a 4th time. And he just sped around the bases for that triple.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like he was going to break through at some point. He is a really talented ball player, and I said it. That ball was pieced. You can't get more of the barrel than he just did, and now a runner on third. Not the end of the world if that run scores. The Fish Sticks would still lead by 2, but you just got to do everything in your power to not let that turn into a rally.
There's strike 1 to J.J. Abner. So Klinkenberg on for the first time today. Abner has completed the trifecta today. He was walked in the 1st, hit by a pitch in the 3rd, and struck out in the 5th.
There's a catcher's interference away from the fabled quadfecta.
I'm not even sure he was hit back in the 3rd inning.
I don't think he was either. It bounced. It was close for sure, but I think it bounced right in front of his toe, and it turned into a 3-run double for Michael Singleton, which is the bulk of the runs for the Blackfins in this game. Singleton not even in the lineup, and baseball gives and it takes, because he did not go around right there in the home plate out. Calls it himself for strike 2. That should have been ball 2 all the way.
The Blackfins did not like that call. J.J. Abner didn't like that call, and he's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Maurer delivers. That was probably the fastest pitch we've seen from him. He definitely has an elevated fastball. That was fouled back. He'll redo the 1-2.
I mean, it's impossible for his fastball to not be elevated. He stands at 6'7", so already such a high arm angle for him, and every pitch that he throws is going to come straight down, including the fastball.
That one's high, and the count will even out at 2 apiece.
We saw Abner work a walk already in this game, and Blackfins down 3 here in the 8th, just looking to reach base any way, shape, or form.
Klinkenberg led things off with a triple. This one's right into the glove of, is that Micah Bartle?
I think it is. Yeah.
And yeah, he had his glove on in the dugout. He is always ready, and that just hopped right into it. So 2-2 count. Elongated at bat for J.J. Abner. He sends this deep out to center field. This will no doubt score a run. Rylan Gollard's going to make the grab. That'll be the first out But Klinkenberg comes across, and it is a 7-5 ball game.
But if you're Mauer, that's fine, because yes, the run scores. There's a runner on third with nobody out. It's probably going to score at some point. But now you've got no runners on, one down. You're in a good spot to get out of this inning clean. Well, not clean, but clean from this point on, because you're not at the beginning of a game just worrying about whatever runs come across the plate. You're worrying about protecting a lead right now.
A 7-5 lead now, cut down after that sac fly by J.J. Abner. That'll bring up River Smith, who came in to pinch hit for Michael Singleton as he swings through that one for strike one. Again, Singleton had a bases clearing double back in the third and then had a ball ricochet off his foot on a hard hit line drive from Noah Benedict, and he had to go back to the dugout. He has not returned.
Also, I always got to shout out the Montana guys. I believe this is the only Montana native here in the PIL, but River Smith hails from Livingston, who we at Stevensville High School played a lot of games against in Class A. The Park Rangers.
Look at that. Swings through that one. It's a 2-2 count. Obviously, Angus is from Montana. That was not sure where that came from. That was a big
little late to the game on July 4th.
Yeah, it's
here in White Center.
Tis July 10th, but that was a big boom. Here's the 2-2 from Mauer, swinging through, and strike three.
Outside of that triple, Mauer has impressed me. I mean, even with that triple taken into account, that was just a pitch that Klinkenberg saw really well. Not exactly anything different from Mauer than we've seen from him. It's just a fastball that Klinkenberg caught up to. More fireworks going off.
Fireworks are popping off here in White Center. And that'll bring up Hayden Pietrus, who is behind the dish. He's had a busy day.
I like this look at Connor Ryan fixing something there at the monitor. Just another great day from our broadcast team. Give us a wave in there.
Everyone behind the scenes. There
Yay!
you go.
Yay. Tyson, Harrison, Ani, Connor. Just a huge part. Oh, Harrison's not here. It seems like Harrison's here because it's been the same level broadcast. Is Tyson or Ani maybe going, like, doubling up in there?
Wow.
Let's go, Oni. Oh, my gosh. Oni is doing replay, scorebook, and also running some cameras. That's impressive stuff.
Nicely done once again. Three-man crew tonight. We love to shout him out.
Wow, the short rotation in there because Tyson's doing two things as well, but they do such a good job with these broadcasts. They would not be nearly this good if it wasn't for those guys in there. And I always like making them wave. I just enjoy it.
You just have that effect. Everyone wave. You were talking yesterday about how you didn't like the wave in the stands. That was one that I had not heard. But
I won't get into this again.
It was a solid argument nonetheless, but it was not an argument I've heard before.
Yeah. No, I've thought this out. I won't get into it, but
yeah, of course.
That would be a whole thing. That'd be like a good inning and a half if I really spoke my mind on that.
Here's the 2-2 with two gone. That'll be low, and the count fills up. So one run has come across. Patrick Klinkenberg led off this inning with a triple. He came around to score on a sac fly from J.J. Abner. It is a 7-5 lead for the Sticks, who plated 5 in the bottom of the first and 2 in the bottom of the fifth. And that's upstairs for ball 4.
So now a pinch hitter will come up for the Blackfins. Andrew Fetty, who we haven't seen in this game yet, is going to hit for Mario Martinez. And Fetty was in the top of the lineup in the first few meetings between these two squads. So obviously a trustworthy bat coming to the plate. And one swing right now can tie this game. It looks like DeGallier will go have a chat with Marr. Might be the end of his day as well.
No signal just yet from DeGallier to the pen.
There was action in the Fish Sticks bullpen as well.
And it looks like Mauer will continue. So there will be at least one more batter that Mauer will face. And again, it will be Andrew Fetty coming in to pinch hit for Mario Martinez. The tying run now at the dish for the Blackfins. So long talk now between Tyler Maurer and Evan Hellner. Again, this is Maurer's debut this summer for the Fish Sticks. He had a clean 7th, a 1-2-3 inning. Has run into some trouble here in the top of the 8th. The Blackfins are running out of time. Right now would be a great time to cut into this lead or even tie things up with one swing of the bat. And Fetty takes a look at ball 1. Boy, that was close.
The Blackfins have a couple reasons to bring in Fetty right here. First of all, wind blowing out to right field, Fetty a lefty, so it helps his pull side. Second of all, now you've got a righty on lefty matchup between Maurer and Fetty, and that makes it a little interesting that they keep Maurer in, but he's thrown well, so really no reason to turn away from what he's doing right now.
1-1 count now with 2 gone. Pietras at first. And that'll be fouled back. It's a 1-2 count now. 1 strike away is Tyler Maurer from getting out of this inning.
Already 1 come in for the Blackfins, but the difference between a 1-run lead and a 2-run lead in the 9th inning is just humongous. A 1-run lead just makes it so much more tense in the ballpark.
Here's the delivery up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. It just whizzed right past Maurer. And now 2 are aboard. And Camden Raymond is now the go-ahead run at the plate. And he leads this team with 3 home runs this season.
That's going to be the day for Maurer, and I think that's a smart move from the coaching staff. But 2-strike hit right there from Fetty, and a big one, because now you've got the tying run on first in the Blackfins. This is just how they've won ball games all year. They will not go away in these types of games. We've already seen a couple of 1-run wins for them.
So the new pitcher coming on is yet another new fish stick for this team. So Tyler Maurer came to the dish, or came to the mound, and he was the new pitcher as the water taxi and the Metro bus go at it. And it is Jaden Palacios who will come in his first appearance. I believe he's got to be talking to Evan Hellner and Garrett DeGallier right now, just talking about what he wants to do in his first appearance this summer. So Palacios talking it over with Evan Hellner.
Yeah, first outing of the year for Palacios from Clark College down in, of all places, Vancouver, Washington. So we predicted that. But this is a big spot to come into for your first outing. I mean, tying runs on first. This is an important game in PIL play. And the Fish Sticks putting their trust in Palacios right here.
So the right-hander will come in. He's got a good amount of velocity on that fastball. He is not quite 6'7", that Tyler Maurer was, but this is a big spot now. There's 2 on with 2 out. The go-ahead run is now at the plate in a big-time bat in Camden Raymond, who's hitting .328 on the summer. He also leads the team with 3 homers and 16 RBIs. So this is not going to be an easy out.
Not at all. And I mean, this is kind of just a prove-it moment for Palacios. Obviously, it's interesting that they're just throwing him into the fire like this, especially with a lot of bullpen arms on this team that seem perfectly healthy and just haven't thrown in quite a while. I mean, one guy that I turn to that I haven't really seen in a while for this team is, do you go with like a Cole Nutfer here? He started in Marion. That was on Tuesday. Today is Friday. He only threw 3 innings down in Salem, but that's a strikeout guy. And now we're just waiting for the lights to come on here at the Friar. The lights over the bleachers came on, and the stadium lights are still not on. There is some natural light here at the ballpark, but apparently not enough for us to keep playing here. So a bit of a delay.
The sun is dipping down. It hasn't quite set all the way, but the lights need to come on or else the umpire will not restart this game. So the countdown is now on. Again,
Connor is echoing what I'm thinking, which is, seems like it's not that dark. We could totally just play this out and maybe try to do it in the middle of the 8th inning when we have a break, but I guess not. Not taking any risks. Doesn't want to be responsible for anything. But this is a big spot. This is probably, I don't know, that 3rd inning was pretty tight, but this is probably the most tense feeling we've had in the ballpark all day. And the Blackfins still haven't led in this game. Cut it to 1 already and have now cut it to 2 since the Fish Sticks led by 3. And finally, we have the lights on. So Palacios, the wait is over for his Fish Sticks debut.
And that's a disadvantage for Palacios, who is now running maybe a little bit colder than he thought he was. He had to take a little bit of a break. So Camden Raymond, the big lefty, it's an advantage Raymond against the right-hander in Palacios.
It looks like they'll let him throw a couple more warm-up pitches with the lights on as well, because that is, I mean, if they just made him throw the first pitch of the day, you saw where it ended up. It was way high. So it looks like they'll let him get a few more in before we get this going. This is a big spot right here.
Camden Raymond is the go-ahead run in this ball game. The Blackfins trailed 5-0 after the first inning. We saw the Fish Sticks make an incredible comeback yesterday, down 7-0 in the 7th, and the Blackfins are trying to return the favor here tonight. Palacios' first pitch blown by Camden Raymond for strike 1.
Not the highest velo, but that location was so good. And Raymond, that started over the heart of the plate, broke inside, and got a big cut and a miss from Raymond.
0-1 incoming. Palacios checks back, fires in. It'll be inside for ball 1. So
base open, but Michael Bartle on deck, also a good hitter in his own right. Looks like Hellner will make sure him and Palacios are on the same page.
They've already had a couple of long talks. Looks like this will be a quick one. So 7-5, top of the 8th inning. There's 2 on, and probably the biggest power hitter on this lineup. It's 1-1 now to Camden Raymond. He's had a 4 RBI game against the Fish Sticks this season. And that'll just miss the plate for ball 2.
A few groans here at the Friar, but I do think that just missed, and that's a great watch from Raymond right there as well.
Palacios checks back to second. Fires into 2-1, swung on and missed for strike 2.
It's a really nice pitch, and now we saw Fetty at 2 strikes end up with a base hit. Palacios is going to have that put away. It doesn't have to be a K. All it has to be is weak contact that gives his defense an easy play to get out of this.
Big pitch incoming, 2-2. That is upstairs for ball 3. The count will fill up.
Probably the biggest pitch of the game so far. We're either looking at the tying run in scoring position for the Blackfins or the Fish Sticks out of the 8th inning up by 2, or the top of the 8th inning up by 2.
Palacios coming in his Fish Sticks debut, trying to protect the lead. He'll step off. Tying run at first, the go-ahead run at the plate. Palacios comes set. Here's the payoff, upstairs for ball 4. The bases are now jammed. The tying run is at second base, and that'll bring up Micah Bartle.
Bartle's still looking for his first hit today, but boy, what was already a big spot for Palacios' Fish Sticks debut has turned into a humongous spot, not only in this game, but in the long run in the PIL standings.
Bartle reached on a walk back in the 3rd. He did come around to score. He's 0 for 2 otherwise. This one into right field. Benedict's going back. He's not going to be able to make the grab. 2 runs are already in. Camden Raymond is hustling home. The throw bounces off Helder's helmet. Micah Bartle clears the bases. And the Blackfins have stormed all the way back and have the lead.
You can't make that up. The ball bounced off of Hellner's helmet. He just threw it off, and the throw was a really good one from Alex Hamada out in shallow right field. And look at this. It might have been a close play at home. It really could have, but it bounces right off his helmet.
Off the helmet.
And that's a really good play by Bartle to see that bounce and advance to third. And you can't make this up. The Blackfins are in the lead.
4 runs in the top of the 8th for the Seattle Blackfins. They have trailed by as many as 5 runs in this game. And they lead 8-7 here at the Friar. This is exactly what the Fish Sticks did yesterday to the Seattle Studs. They're having it thrown in their face right now by the Seattle Blackfins. And this inning is not over. Andrew Van Egdom, another single could plate yet another run.
Van Egdom's got a single today as well.
That catches the inside part of the zone. It is a 1-2 count.
You can also deliver good news. The Seattle Treaty Studs have gone down in effort. 5-7, your final match. A win today would pull the Blackfins.
Here's the 1-2, and barely staying alive is Van Egdom. Man, he was way ahead of that pitch.
I don't know how he got his bat on that.
I'm not a physicist, but that didn't seem possible. So Palacios came in a tough spot. He lets up a bases clearing triple. He's out of the inning with the strikeout. But man, 4 runs come across from the Blackfins, who have stormed ahead to take an 8-7 lead. And the Sticks will have to overcome that going in to the bottom of the 8th.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's cookie dough frosty fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough. Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of Rainier beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs. Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the Rainiers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
This game has completely turned upside down. It is now an 8-7 lead for the Seattle Blackfins, who have stormed back from 5 runs down to take a lead here going into the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be Hamada, Gollard, and Noah Kuhn due up in the bottom of the 8th. Are we heading for more magic here at the Friar after what we saw last night? And count is now 1 apiece here to Hamada.
You can't say enough about this Blackfins team. We've already seen a comeback from them this year on the Fish Sticks, and they, with the Studs losing tonight, by the way, the Studs lost to the Everett Merchants tonight up at Funko Field. So with the Studs losing tonight, this becomes an integral game for both of these teams if they want to stay in this PIL race. And you can't say enough about this Blackfins team down the stretch of this season, just never going away.
Here's the 1-2 from Braden Larson to Alex Hamada. That'll even out the count once again. Hamada is 1 for 3 tonight. He's already had a clutch hit this season. A walk-off just a couple of weeks ago against the Redmond Dudes. And that's outside, and the count fills up.
Hamada's been in this 9-hole enough that he knows any base runner for Rylan Gullard is a good base runner. And Gullard's already got 2 hits on the day. So just looking to get on base.
Hamada stays alive. And into the ice chest.
Nice
What a
play.
snag out there.
Nice play. That's a heck of a grab. Oh, it was Chipper Jones.
It was
from the
Chipper
thumbtack
Jones.
relay race. That's awesome.
A lead base runner would be huge. And that will be ball 4. I think Hamada thought that was strike 3. But the leadoff man is aboard, and that is a big base runner, the tying run at first base.
Boy, that was weird. The world stopped spinning there for about a second. Everyone kind of just stood and looked around at each other, looking for anyone that knew what just happened. But Hamada takes his base. That's the tying run in this game, and now you've got the top of the lineup card on the way for the Sticks.
Rylan Gullard up to the plate. He's homered twice this year. He shows bunt. Interesting maneuver with Rylan Gullard, who has by far the most hits on this team. And Mark Lynn calls bunt.
He's the best hitter on the team. You can't have him bunting here. Simple as that. I know it's the first pitch, and he usually doesn't swing at the first pitch. You cannot have Rylan Gullard bunting in a 1-run game in the 8th inning. It just cannot happen.
Hit .329 last season at Linfield. He won't bunt this time, but he is behind 0-2.
Just a little late to the party from Larson right there, and Gullard already a 2-strike hit in this game. No stranger to 2-strike base knocks. Probably the best 2-strike hitter on the team as well this summer.
0-2 count now to Gullard, who represents the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th. Braden Larson came in to relieve Cody Snow. Shakes off a couple of pitches and delivers, swinging and missing for strike 3 is Rylan Gullard. You do not see that often with Gullard, and he is retired for the first out of the inning.
That's such a big pitch from Braden Larson right there, and that's exactly what he needed to do as well. Ahead 0-2, he went into the zone a couple times and a couple foul balls from Gullard, so forces a chase right there, and that is a big out here in the 8th.
Now Kung is going to square away to bunt. He pulls away and called strike 1.
This is another guy that has a really nice average for this team. Came in with a .349 average, and down the stretch in a 1-run game, he's showing bunt.
Here's the 0-1 count from Braden Larson. Kuhn doesn't square away that time. That's outside. Count will even out.
Evan Hellner on deck. Hellner has had some really nice pieces and has a hit to go along with all of those as well today. Watch out for Hamada to go here.
1-1. Hamada does take off. It was a hit and run, and Kung a little frustrated that he missed that one. It's going to be a 1-2 count.
Yeah, there was something about the hop in Hamada's step out there. I mean, it was pretty clear he was going to go, but that one just a little too far outside for Kuhn to put it in fair territory. And now Larson looking for his second straight K on the top of the lineup.
1-2 count now to Noah Kuhn. Alex Hamada, the game-tying run. He walked to lead off the inning. Hamada stays put. This one's fouled right into the Fish Sticks dugout. Hope everyone's okay.
It's a hot shot. Whoa.
Looks like everyone is all right, so we'll do the 1-2 over again.
I think it probably hit that netting right there in front of the dugout, which, you know, that's why they put it there.
Micah Bartle with the bases clearing triple that gave the Blackfins the lead. Hamada slides back in safely, but it was 4 runs in the top half of this inning that gave the Blackfins an 8-7 lead. They trailed 5-0 after the first. The 1-2 coming from Larson to Noah Kung. That's outside for ball 2.
Another good watch from him, and you want that tying run in scoring position so badly if you're the Fish Sticks. Hamada can run, so he's ready to go on any pitch over there, I guarantee you.
2-2 incoming. Stays put. This one's into right field for a base hit. Hamada will hold up at second base. Noah Kung does his job. He's the go-ahead run at first, and that'll bring up Evan Hellner.
Hellner's a great guy to have up right here. Just hit so many singles this year, and I think we're kind of waiting for that clutch Evan Hellner moment this year. He hasn't had one, even though he's having such a good summer at the dish, and this could be it right here.
Graduated from Sumner High School this spring. He's going over to New Mexico State. He already has a home run this season against the Blackfins. That one's outside for ball one.
It looks like Braden Larson will have a chat with Hayden Pietras right now, and every at-bat in this game for the whole way through, barring just a huge frame at some point, is going to be big, and it's going to feel important. And I think this is the first time in, I don't know, 24 hours that the Fish Sticks have played a game where it feels like everything is life or death for both of these teams. So this is shaping up to be just a great ending.
Last night, it was an 8-7 deficit for the Fish Sticks in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rodrigo Montano with the game-winning single that scored 2 runs up the middle. Can Evan Hellner recreate that magic? It is a 1-1 count now with 1 gone. The Sticks find themselves behind for the first time tonight. The 1-1, big hack from Hellner. He's now behind 1-2.
That is just rolling off the table out of the hand of Braden Larson. And, I mean, it's a really good pitch. It's gotten so many chases from this Fish Sticks lineup. I don't know how Hellner made contact with that because it was such a big swing.
1-2 count now. Braden Larson trying to retire Hellner. That'll be way upstairs for ball 2.
Yeah, that's uncompetitive, which is not the type of pitch you want to give Evan Hellner in a 2-strike count. You want to stay in the zone on him. Now Hellner, more of a hitter's count. Look for him to just poke something through the infield like he always does.
Here's the 2-2. Larson delivers just a bit inside. The count will fill up.
You could see Pietras really wanted that one, and we have seen that called for a strike today. We really have. It's just Larson doesn't get the coin flip right there, and now this is a full count pitch and a big one.
A walk would load the bases for Noah Benedict. A 3-2, skied to center field. Bubby is going to get under it. Hamada is not going to tag out, and that is a big second out for the Blackfins.
Yeah, just a little ahead of that off-speed once again from Evan Hellner right there, and that one pops off the end of the bat if he's able to barrel that up. It had trouble written all over it, but now Noah Benedict comes up. 2 doubles on the night for Benedict. He has hit really well against this Blackfins team tonight.
A double in each of the 1st and the 5th inning. He has also scored twice. 2 gone here now in the bottom of the 8th. Tying run at second base. And that goes low for ball 1.
Braden Bartholomew is on deck. He has just had an amazing week, including a 4-hit game down in Salem. This would be the cherry on top if he comes up in a big spot and delivers here. But Benedict first.
The 1-0 to Benedict. No throw. Down to second. Alex Hamada has taken a couple of big leads over there at second base.
I think I know why Hamada was so worried over there. Back in the top of the 10th inning when these 2 teams played in Edmonds, Hamada was picked off as the international runner in extra innings by Hayden Pietras from behind the plate. So he just guns it back, doesn't want that to happen again.
That's a good point, as that is strike 1. Again, it was 6-6 in the top of the 7th inning. Hamada trotted out to second base. It's the same rules as the MLB in extra innings, and he was gunned down at second. Trying to be a little too greedy out there on the base paths. 2-1 is called strike 2.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Woo. You got a great look at Pietras kind of laughing that one off. He Oh my goodness, that is an uncompetitive pitch.
Well, if you're Noah Benedict, you have to regroup right here.
The 2-2, and he does just that. Single to the right side. Hamada being waved home. Noah Benedict delivers, and we are all tied up here in the bottom of the 8th.
How about that regroup from Noah Benedict right there? The worst call we've seen all season on a strike zone, the pitch before, and Noah Benedict does not care. He takes the 2-2 into right field. Easy slide in for Hamada. This game is tied. This is the second straight night where we've had just an insane baseball game on our hands at the Friar.
The inning is not over yet. But Noah Benedict, a big-time hit, the biggest hit of his summer so far. He plates Alex Hamada, and we are tied up here at the Friar. That one's low in the zone for ball 1 to Braden Bartholomew.
2 for 4 day for Bartholomew. Just building on what has been an incredible week for him.
Had 4 hits just a couple of days ago. Larson delivers. This one's going to be tough play. Bartle slips over there at third, and the go-ahead run scores. What is going on here at the Friar?
There are bodies going down in the dugout. No one knows what is going on. This is the second straight night that everything that can happen in a baseball game will happen, and the go-ahead run scores on a play where Micah Bartle, who just had the 3-run double to give the Blackfins the lead in the top half of the inning, just blows a tire. What is going on?
Beckett Turnbow got aggressive on the first pitch and fouls it back. So Braden Bartholomew with an RBI single is what it'll go down as. But Micah Bartle slips at third base and is unable to make the throw. And the Sticks are right back in front. Turnbow takes a look at strike 2.
I don't think Turnbow liked that, and I think both teams are starting to get a little impatient with the strike zone today. Turnbow, we saw him get railed on a couple called strike 3s in Salem as well.
The 0-2, Turnbow swings and misses at that off speed. That is the 4th strikeout of the game for Beckett Turnbow. But a single from Noah Benedict followed up by a single from Braden Bartholomew. And suddenly, the Fish Sticks are right back in front going into the top of the 9th.
Can we just talk about how good of a week Braden Bartholomew is having? We knew he was an everyday guy in the lineup, and he wasn't getting hits down on the ground. And right now, it is just all working out for him. He probably deserves it more than anyone else on the team. And now, in a 1-run game in the 9th inning, this is the guy you want to see if you're the Fish Sticks. It's Finn Still.
So Finn Still has been the closer this season. Multiple times he has come into the game and shut down the opposing batters in tough situations just like this. And here's another look. Noah Benedict tied things up in the bottom of the 8th with an RBI single that scored Alex Hamada. And the very next batter, Braden Bartholomew, comes up. One of the weirder plays you'll see all year. Grounds it over to Micah Bartle, who slips and can't make the play. And suddenly, the Sticks have a 9-8 lead.
Just unreal that for back-to-back nights against, right now, the top 2 teams in the Pacific International League, the Fish Sticks have had something up their sleeve in the bottom of the 8th inning. And we've seen so many weird baseball plays here at this park in the past couple days, but what we did see last night was a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 9th from Ryder Peterson, and now Finn's still looking to do the same.
Still, this will be his 11th appearance of the season. That is tied for the team lead. He's gone 13 2/3, has a 3.3 ERA. He shut down the Marion Berries in the last game that he pitched in. And he's here to do the same tonight. 4 runs came across in the top of the 8th for the Blackfins, who stormed back to take an 8-7 lead after trailing by 5 runs. But the Fish Sticks return the favor in the bottom of the 8th inning And for a second straight day, there is chaos here at the Friar. And Finn Still is here to try to wrap things up.
And just to compound all of this, the Seattle Studs, who came into last night's game 11-1 in the PIL, took a 7-0 lead, and ended up losing that game 9-8 to the Fish Sticks. Then they go up to Everett and lose another one today, 7-5 to the Merchants. All of a sudden, this would bring the Fish Sticks within a game of the Blackfins in the PIL standings. They're right back in this race with a win tonight.
So 9-1-2 due up for the Blackfins. They need one to stay alive. Elijah Bubby fouls it off for strike one.
Still's got so much velocity on that fastball, it's hard to straighten out.
Bubby is 0 for 3 tonight. That one catches the inside part of the plate for strike two.
Hopefully that expanded zone benefits Finn Still right here as well, because he doesn't miss by a wide margin a whole lot.
Still working from the windup. Takes his time, fires it in. That one's fouled off again right at the Fish Sticks dugout.
Boy, no one is safe out on field level right now. And we've seen a couple hot shots into the Blackfins dugout. Now the Fish Sticks dugout just getting BP balls over there. It's just take cover, man.
Another 0-2 incoming. Still delivers. The call is not given.
I think that missed outside. I really do. And like I said, Still doesn't miss by much when he misses. And that's going to be the bulk of misses you see from Finn Still. I'm just saying that pitch was a strike to Benedict in the bottom of the eighth.
Benedict next pitch, game-tying single. Still delivers. This one's over to Braden Bartholomew. Easy play for out number one. The Sticks are 2 outs away from a victory.
Braden Bartholomew is just a vacuum over there. That's a weird hopper off the turf. Every time a ball is chopped off the turf here, it is a tough play, I promise. It moves so weird on this turf, but Bartholomew has handled it all year, and right there, he makes it look routine.
Back to the top of the order. Klinkenberg got things started in the top of the eighth with a triple that would eventually come around to score. This one's down the right field line, tailing, and it goes foul.
A gift for Finn Still and the Fish Sticks right there. That ball was tagged by Klinkenberg. We already saw a triple from him in this game, and he gets a good piece of that one as well.
He was the first of 4 runs in the top of the eighth that gave the Finns the lead. Here's the 0-1 from Still, just catches a piece for strike two.
That's such a good pitch. Starts right at Klinkenberg, breaks right back in. And his fastball is so deadly that it's so hard to expect that. And what makes Finn Still so good with those two pitches is that he sequences them so well together.
Here's the 0-2 from Still, grounded over. Beckett Turnbow is going to come in, make the play, throw in time for out number 2. The Sticks 1 out away.
Turnbow has had some kind of game out in the field over at the hot corner today. Third base, ever since Luke Parker came out, has kind of been a revolving door, and Turnbow over there has been wonderful.
So J.J. Abner is now the last gasp for the Seattle Blackfins. What a game it has been between these two teams in the 4th inning, or the 4th meeting this season. The Blackfins took the first 3. The Sticks are looking to move up just a little bit more in the PIL standings. Still delivers, blows by Abner for strike one.
Yeah, blow by is the only way you can describe that. Doors, as some dugouts would say. Abner had no chance at that.
Still has retired Bubby and retired Klinkenberg. Here's the 0-1 in there. For strike two. The Blackfins are down to their last gasp.
I mean, knowing the Blackfins, somehow they'll battle back in this game, but Finn still has looked great, and he's one pitch away from giving the Fish Sticks another crazy win.
One strike away is Finn Still from shutting the door. Here's the 0-2, swung on and missed. The game is over, and the Sticks, my goodness, it has been pandemonium this weekend, and another 9-8 victory for the Fish Sticks, who are rolling right now.
How do we get those two games back to back? The Blackfins just would not go away tonight. Fish Sticks led 5-0, then it was 4 unanswered from the Blackfins. Then the Sticks led 7-4, 4 more unanswered from the Blackfins in the top of the 8th inning to make it 8-7. But what a response. Noah Benedict, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Game-tying single out into right field, and then Braden Bartholomew, who will be stick of the game tonight pretty decisively. 3 for 5, and no hit bigger than a base hit to bring in Kung and put this one away. Wow. Boy, how do they come out on top in both of those games? Those are a couple gritty wins for this team, and they are finding it right now.
2 straight 9-8 victories, 2 straight go-ahead hits in the bottom of the 8th inning, and 2 straight 1-2-3 innings to close it out in the top of the 9th. And man, I mean, I'm a little speechless at what has occurred over the last 2 games. Just thrilling baseball and thrilling PIL play over the past 2 days.
Not only has it been just insane baseball, but it's been really high-quality baseball as well, because the Fish Sticks, Blackfins, and Studs, I think everyone in the league can agree, these are the 3 best teams in the league this year. It's not close. You've got the Merchants, the Dudes, and the Honkers on the other side of the coin, but all 3 of these teams can hang with each other and give each other instant classics night in and night out. And we saw another one of those tonight. I mean, boy, that was a lot to handle, especially after last night's events. But as Braden Bartholomew is stick of the game, and we saw a lot of big hits from this team, can we talk about Finn Still in the 9th inning? One of the most shutdown innings you'll ever see.
He got the ball. Suddenly his team came back, 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning after leading the entire game. And he shuts the door with a 1-2-3 inning, just as Ryder Peterson did yesterday against the Studs. And 2 straight 9-8 victories. I mean, wow.
I mean, if that's what it takes to stay in this race, I think Coach Lynn and Coach DeGallier are going to want some more decisive ones down the stretch in the season, because emotionally, that was a lot over those past 2 days for not only the team, but I mean everyone here at the Friar. Both nights was pretty riled up, and those are 2 enormous wins in the long scope of this PIL season.
So tomorrow, right here, same time, they will be playing the Northwest Honkers. So Mark Lynn and Garrett DeGallier have a tall task, again, to rile up this team and ring them in after the last 2 games and bring this team against the Northwest Honkers tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, the Honkers definitely, I don't think, are on the same level as a Studs or a Blackfins. But, you know, it's obviously a PIL team that's looking for blood, and they've got revenge on their minds. The Fish Sticks went into their place and won 16-1 in the first meeting between these 2 squads. So they'll be looking to put up more of a fight tomorrow.
So we'll get an interview with the stick of the game, Braden Bartholomew, coming up just on the other side.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric, Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Once upon a home, in a Seattle bungalow, the Huffs searched on Thumbtack to find their next pro. Now the job is all done and the table is set. The hot dogs taste better on their fancy new deck. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
You're just a couple of moments away from interviewing Braden Bartholomew, the stick of the game, for not the first time this season, but again, the go-ahead hit in the bottom of the 8th inning. He grounds it to Micah Bartle, who slips at third base, and that scores the winning run in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, it's one of the weirder game-winning hits you're ever going to see, and Bartle totally just blew a tire over there at third. It would have been a tough play regardless. He was deep in the turf to that corner on what was a pretty hard-hit ball into the turf by Bartholomew, but just unable to get the throw off. And it's so interesting that we had both of those crazy games back-to-back nights here, and they ended up both ending 9-8 in favor of the Fish Sticks.
And both of them were 8-7 going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Here are the game highlights, and boy, there are a lot to get to. It was a roaring first inning for the Sticks, who went up 5-0 immediately.
Yeah, and that first inning was a dream start for this squad. I mean, the Blackfins defense, which has been so good in the first few meetings between these two squads, just was not backing up Cody Snow. And the Fish Sticks took advantage. There's Vaughn Lowe with an RBI single. It's good to see Lowe get back in the RBI column. Alex Hamada got in on the fun. This was a really good read by Lowe on the base pass. But it was not over by any means, because the Blackfins answered with 4 more. There's a hustle double from Noah Benedict, who just had an amazing day at the plate. And then Braden Bartholomew, one of his 3 hits on the night. One of the best bunts you'll ever see from Beckett Turnbow that scored a run. And then it was Rodrigo Montano, who also laid down a pretty good bunt in his own right.
And then this was in the 8th. Noah Kung, after a leadoff walk from Alex Hamada, reached base. Suddenly there's 2 aboard. Noah Benedict down to his last out, ropes a single into right field. That scored Alex Hamada. Just another clutch hit for the Sticks. And then the very next batter, it was Braden Bartholomew, who grounded it over to third, and then whoop, slips.
That's such a tough way
on the
for that to end, because it was such a good game, and Micah Bartle had such a good day, both in the field and at the plate. He had a huge hit for the Blackfins in the top of that 8th inning. So it's such a tough way to end this game, to see him just blow a tire like that. But you got to take what you can get if you're the Fish Sticks, and another game that just flies off the rails here at the Friar.
So 2 straight 9-8 victories, and we've got Braden Bartholomew coming over to chat with us for a little bit. Again, the stick of the game after a 3-for-5 performance, and drives in the game-winning run. Hey, Braden, you got us? How's it going? I know you're probably still reeling from that game, but just take me through your approach on that at-bat with the game tied 8-8.
Uh-oh.
It looks like can't quite hear Braden yet.
We're trying our best.
Now you got me?
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
Good,
Sorry
good.
about that. Go ahead.
Really just trying to hit something hard. You know, see fastball early in the count. Got a off speed on the second pitch. Saw it up and just try to hit it to the gap where someone isn't.
So you had a 4-hit game down in Salem in the win, and now 3 more hits today. I mean, what's working for you right now? You've had quite the week at the plate.
Just saying short to the ball and hitting it hard. That's all you got to do, really.
And I got a question. This is kind of, so I used to play baseball. You know, of course, every baseball player wants to go up in a situation like that and just blast the farthest home run you've ever hit in your life, right?
Yep.
Were you thinking home run? You lead the team in home runs this year. Were you thinking about the fences in that last at-bat?
No, I wasn't. I mean, just trying to hit something hard. If it goes over the fence, it goes over the fence, but never really trying to hit a home run.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the second straight just crazy win for this team, and obviously that's against 2 of the better teams in the league this year. I mean, I asked Rodrigo this last night, but what does that say about the grit that this team has down the stretch in games?
I mean, just never giving in, always just playing hard, never going on cruise control, and just pulling out wins no matter what inning it is.
Braden, we appreciate you once again. Stick of the game today, 3-for-5 at the game-winning RBI. Go celebrate with your teammates.
Right, thank you, guys.
And we'll see you tomorrow for the game against the Honkers. Man, he has had a slew of sticks of the game as Braden Bartholomew. But, man, in the clutchest moment of the game, he drove in a run, and that is our stick of the game. But For everyone behind the booth, including Connor Ryan and all the guys behind the scenes, and for Angus Strangmo, I am Kyle Sweeney. Thank you so much for joining us on another electric night of baseball, and we will see you tomorrow.